Okay. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. Look at that. Look at us. Who would have thought?
Hell yeah.
TikTok?
Yeah. All right, let's see. There is someone calling in. Hopefully it's not a child. Thanks for calling the stream.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Well, the world is still moving, so that's a good sign. How old are you?
Sure. 42.
42.
Took me a second to remember.
Not a problem. And are you still supporting Trump?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I voted for him.
Okay, so then I guess what made you change your mind? We'll go with...
So I guess initially, I felt like, I felt like Joe Biden was obviously not going to be my pick. The guy was asleep a lot. Kamala Harris was replaced without winning any kind of majority vote or any vote at all, sort of placed in there. And there was a lot of talk around Democrats saying, hey, we got to preserve democracy, while they tried to remove the most popular guy off the ballot. So I did vote for Trump because of all the things he said he would do, like release the Epstein files, which you know and I know the same thing. He quickly started saying they don't exist, and it's like, bro, what the hell? So I guess my point is I can't deny the fact that I feel like Trump is trying to destroy America, but I think that what people need to recognize is it's not a Trump-only thing. This is an Israel problem. The Republicans are owned by AIPAC, and most of my Democrat friends agree with me on this. I almost wonder if the Trump is ruining America conversation has kind of gone a little stale, because we really need to recognize that it's a deep state issue. It's a left and right thing. We can all argue and go like, well, the majority of the people on the Epstein files were Democrats. However, we also got a guy that's a Republican and a lot of other Republicans that were on the list. They went and they danced the dance over on that island. And I think we should all come together and recognize we got to stop arguing about how sleepy Joe Biden was, how big of a whore Kamala was, and how big of a devil-worshipping pedophile Donald Trump is. And we need to start looking at Israel and asking, why do they own the newspapers, Hollywood, the porn industry, the music industry?
Do you know who the Bilderberg Group is?
What's that?
Have you ever heard of the Bilderberg Group?
Yes.
Yeah. Have a good one. Just not doing it. Just not, that went too far. Hi, how are you?
Hey, doing good.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Are you still supporting Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's he done? Why do you still support him?
I just simply think he is the better option between the two. What like choices we had, basically.
Well, that's why you voted. Why do you still support him?
Well, I mean, there's not really like okay, so you're asking what? Well, I already know like there's only going to be a Democrat coming up next time. That's all there will be. It's not like there's going to be like an independent. We never have an independent or anything like that. It's just going to be another Democrat. Probably similar just to like Harris was. So it's just going to be the same thing. So as far as support, I wouldn't say necessarily, okay, well, maybe I'm not a good person to talk to as far as saying, like, I'm not crazy about him, but, I mean, I'd pick him over anything else. Maybe I'm not the right kind of caller then.
I mean, you don't have another choice right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly what you mean. Like, I support him as in, like, you're the best that I got as far as the options. So, I mean, I would still pick, unless if you can name somebody else who could replace him, who would be better, who could actually win, then I can't think of anybody who could actually win, who would be better.
I mean, we can't go back in time, so that's an irrelevant question.
Well, I mean in the future.
He can't run
like
again,
who
so that's an irrelevant question.
So you're really just simply asking why do you still support Trump now?
Correct. I don't think he's given anyone a reason to still support him.
A reason to still support him. Okay. I mean, I guess you could So you're not arguing anything else beyond that. You're just saying that you don't support Trump.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have like a alternative to that? Like a solution? Like, do you have like somebody you think else should be doing it?
I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I think anybody else would be doing a better job except for Stephen Miller or anybody that was partnered with the Heritage Foundation at any point. Almost anybody would be better than Donald Trump. Hell, at this point, I would have taken fucking, I don't know. John Thune kind of sucks, but I take him. But I would even take fucking Mike Johnson for as much of a shill as he is. I mean, am I wrong, Matt? Would you not take Mike Johnson over Trump?
Mike John. I mean, I guess at this point, I mean, and that just goes to show just how bad it is.
Wait, are you talking to me?
Yeah. You can hear him, right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are there two people talking?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, there are.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just one other person.
No, I know. It's a little confusing because I can't have him on screen just yet, and I gotta.
Well, wait. So the only thing I have to add here is just simply. So I don't even know who you're talking about. So are you talking about? Can you think of a Republican or a Democrat that you can pick? Like, I guess I know you say anybody, but like, can you be more specific? Can you think of a Democrat or a Republican?
I did. I gave you. Do you not? You don't know who Mike Johnson is?
Oh, I didn't hear you say Mike Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's better as like a good person or a smart politician. I'm just saying even he would do a better job than Trump.
Yeah, I mean, could he win though?
He keeps winning Louisiana somehow.
In some weird alternate timeline, God knows why.
Yeah.
But I mean, caller, do you really think that Donald Trump deserves continued support at this point in time? I mean, can you answer that question?
Deserves continued support. Yes, I do. Yeah. See, I would see right there. I would not. I guess you could say in a way I do support Trump then, because like you're naming people here. You're naming people like Mike Johnson. You're saying, I think anybody could do the job better. An example being Mike Johnson. Well, to be honest with you, I don't think Mike Johnson could win. I think that we live in a country where it takes a great amount of money to win.
Stop. All right, great. I'll stop you right there. If you think that we should keep supporting Donald Trump, what is he doing right now that deserves your support?
Not pushing crazy agendas that the liberals, or not liberals, but liberals and Democrats seem to buy into to get votes, or that they say they support.
No, I asked you. I'm sorry.
Like transgender surgery.
I'm sorry. The question I asked you is, what is he doing? Not what is he not doing. So what is he doing?
Okay. He didn't raise my taxes, so he solidified his tax law or whatever, which kept it, I believe, my taxes are currently 24%, and he solidified that. So I mean, that's good. It's better than it going up. He could have raised it, which would have been horrible considering taxes. I think that's one of the number one problems in the entire country is taxes. We're getting taxed too hard, and we should be going down.
What are tariffs? What are tariffs?
Tariffs? Well, I don't know exactly. Tariffs are like he's putting tariffs on other countries when they bring in. You correct me if I'm wrong, but when they bring in product, he's charging tariffs on that, so they have to pay additional money. Or actually, not the outside company. I think it's the companies who are buying it in America. They have to pay a tax on it.
So the person that brings it into the U.S. is paying the tariff rate to the U.S. government.
It's to the U.S. government.
Yeah, because it's the government that has a blanket 10% tariff right now on every single country, on every single product throughout the entire world. So,
right.
Who is responsible for paying that 10% to the U.S. government?
So basically what you're saying is that because he has those tariffs in place, these companies are having to pay additional funds to the U.S. government to bring in those products, which then drives up the cost of their products, which then I'm paying, correct? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, that does lead to it, but as long as you understand that it's the importer that is paying.
Yeah,
the
it's the
tariff
importer.
rate.
Yeah, I don't care. That I mean, that's American companies. I could care less. The corporations, I could care less. And then as far as you could say as well, you could go further with that and say, well, I'm going to pay that because they're going to raise. You could say it for cars. They're going to raise. This is going to raise the price of cars. It's going to raise the price of whatever food we're importing from another place. But really, the most important thing to me, as somebody who also owns a house, taking it a step further when it comes to taxes, is property taxes and taxes on my income. If you lower the taxes on my income, or at least keep them where they're at, and my property taxes too, you are helping the biggest part of my life, because that's the biggest killer. Watching 1/4 of my paycheck go away. Watching I have to pay $5,000 in property taxes for an incredibly small $200,000 house.
Aren't federal. Your property
$5,000.
your property taxes are state, not federal. That has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Yeah, sure, but that's fine. But I'm just saying that that means more to me. The fact that he kept, like you saying, like I guess that the what was it called, the tariffs, that like I guess you're using that as a counter argument to me saying that he paused my that he that he kept my taxes at the same amount. I still think that I would say I don't care about the tariffs. I care about the tax rate, because I can decide what to do with my money. If some of the prices on things go up, that's fine. It depends. It all depends on how much those things go up. Obviously, if things got crazy, then yeah, it's a huge problem, and then I could be like, get him out of there because things are too expensive. But as of right now, like the bigger problem is, why just not give me more money out of my just stop taking so much of my income. Which he did again. He didn't raise the amount of what the amount that the federal government takes from me. And from anything that I've seen from liberal states or Democrat states, they're really big on pushing higher taxes. So I could imagine that law that he had put in place in 2016 to keep taxes where they were at, which he then solidified the second time around. I highly doubt that if Harris would have won, she would have, kept that tax law in practice. I would imagine she would be much more open to taxing somebody who's a part of the middle class with, I make around $90K a year. I would imagine she would say, I'm wealthy, and she wants to tax it. I don't know.
Incorrect. Anyways, sorry, I just want to correct you on one thing. I'm not going to rag on this at all, but 2016, Obama was president. Just to stop right there. The TCJA was passed into law December 2017 to go into effect January 1st, 2018, to expire December 31st, 2025. And then, yes, HR 1 did extend and make those tax rates permanent on all levels for every individual, right? Whereas Kamala Harris in her tax plan was actually talking about keeping the same rates for anyone in your own tax bracket to stay the same. She didn't propose increasing them for you. She wanted to make a new tax bracket and increase somebody that made over $400,000 a year at a higher rate. You would have stayed the same. Right.
But if I go look, what's the word I'm looking for here? So if I look at other Democrat states, because you can say what you want, you can say whatever you want. He did keep it where it was. He did not raise my taxes.
I didn't disagree with that.
Federal level.
I didn't disagree with that, did I?
No, I know. No, I'm not.
So then this is where
I hope I don't sound mad. I'm not. No, the only thing I was saying is that I don't know whether she would have actually. She can say, "Well, I'm only going to raise." I think you said $400,000. Like she's only going to raise it for people who make over that amount. But when I look at her colleagues, and I believe she used to work in California.
State rights,
correct me if I'm wrong. I believe she's
stop.
Right. So if I look at a place like California and how they
hello, is this thing on?
I'm sorry?
Pause. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Great. So let's get back to the tariff part, which is what started this whole monologue. Oh goodness. Okay. So tariffs, the reason why we brought up tariffs is because as we found, multiple think tanks, right, on both sides of the aisle went through and they did a study. Kiel Institute, for example, is a German-based think tank where they found that 97% of all of the tariffs have been passed on to the consumer. So before the IEEPA tariffs were overruled by the Supreme Court as being unconstitutional and overstepping Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Constitution, we had raised, I believe it was $285 to $85 billion worth of revenue from tariffs, right? A good portion of that was determined to be illegal. Regardless of that, 97% of that was like $235 billion when I last did, well, a little bit more than that when I did the math. That breaks up to $1,600 per tax-paying individual. How much did you get back in your taxes? How much more compared to, hold on, pause. How much more did you get back in the year 2026 for your 2025 taxes than you did over last year's filing?
Nothing.
You didn't get anything additional back?
No, not that. You mean this year compared to last year?
Correct.
No.
Yeah, which means all of your refund that you normally get, right, which wasn't, oh, I said the wrong one. Oh, well.
I mean, I don't usually get a refund. I usually owe them money a little bit. It's usually
okay, so then it didn't affect you any for them to not raise the taxes. And in fact, you've actually ended up paying out more because I assume you go grocery shopping, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. And you also have to wash your laundry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you buy detergent and things like that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You've paid a portion out of that average of $1,600 per person in the last year.
I don't really see the cost in my bill though. I guess when you say you're saying I'm paying more for laundry detergent.
And you haven't noticed anything like that? Are you?
You mean the rising costs of smaller things, growth when you go to the grocery store and things like that? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone up some. It's not anything that I would say is crazy or anything. Again, the biggest thing where I see my money is taken away is property taxes and federal taxes. That's where I see my money just go out the door in huge amounts.
Which again, Donald Trump has zero to do with your property taxes because that's up to your state and local level.
Well, he probably should. He should probably make a federal thing to do something about that.
Do you know what property taxes pay for?
Yeah, they pay for a lot of things and around your infrastructure, schools, stuff like that.
Yeah. So if that was made federal, then your state would no longer have access to that money and it would just go to the federal government. And then
no, I'm just saying
your states wouldn't be able to pay for things like the upkeep of your roads, paying for the education system in your local area or anything like that.
No, I'm just saying that they should pass a law, something says your amount of money you make should be a part of the property taxes. Somebody who makes $200,000 a year and has the same house as me I should not be paying the same amount in taxes as they should just because my house is worth the same. I don't see how that's fair.
Well, if that's all you got and it's just you in your pocket and you're blind to actually what's happening in the real world, then keep on keeping on, my guy.
Okay. All right. Next caller.
All right. Okay, real quick before I answer, that he was just in it. Yeah. Guys, real quick before I take the next caller, I've been live for 26 minutes and over on TikTok, we only have 12,000 likes. There's so many in here, so many of you in here, and y'all aren't tapping the screen. Get to tippy tapping that screen. We should have already been at 50,000 likes. Do not make me turn off the comments on TikTok. I will. I've been doing it because y'all ain't tapping. Also, let's finish out the gift goal. We got this. The first caller is still calling back for whatever reason. I really don't get it. Yeah, it's so odd. Let's see. That's an unknown caller. We'll find out.
Oh, boy.
Thanks for calling the stream.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. Are you still supporting Trump?
Of course I do.
Okay.
I would love for you to change my mind. If you can change my mind, I'll donate $100.
I'm not here to change your mind.
Okay. Great. And the only thing I ask for is respect. Just don't hang up in my face if you disagree with me. But you are welcome to ask me any questions.
Okay. Well, Matt, you go ahead and start us off.
Okay.
Well, I think that saying being against Donald Trump or being against the president doesn't really do anything good for Americans, right? It should very much be, hey, this is our president right now. How can we love our country and do better?
Okay, cool.
Right? There was a lot of people that didn't like Biden or didn't like other people, but they continued to support America as a country.
So do you think that Ari and I don't support America? Is that your posit?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you say the U.S. president is bad, or if you support the U.S. president, then you have some type of negative thing, then all that does is put the correlation of, hey, you don't really support the president of America.
Well, so my question for you then is, do you think it's acceptable to criticize politicians in this country?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So if it's acceptable to criticize politicians in this country, then why is it a problem that Ari and I are talking about criticizing the president of the United States, which is something that people have been doing since, I don't know, our first president?
Yeah, you're right for that. You're absolutely right.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now that we've established that it's completely fine to criticize the president and to say that he's doing things wrong. And by the way, Ari and I will both say things. We could say things that we didn't like that Joe Biden did. Okay, it's totally fine. It's totally acceptable, right? So that aside, now that we know that it's acceptable to criticize the president of the United States or any politician, why do you still support Donald Trump right now? And aside from the fact that he's the president, right? Aside from that, specifically, what is he doing that earns your support in April of 2026?
While there's a lot of things that I don't agree with, right? You have to think about it as in Monopoly or chess. He's someone who is very smart. He knows what to say, how to say it, and how to do it. Like if you look at the oil,
wait, man, I'm gonna stop you, but I got to stop you. Time out. I just really want. Okay, let's try to keep it concise, okay? And by the way, I'm not trying to be rude. I mean it. Let's try to hit something. Let's try to hit something quick. What's a thing that he's specifically doing right now that you're like, hey, I support this thing that he's doing. It's making America better. What's that?
Okay, what's happening with the oil right now? Can you educate me on that? Do we own the Venezuelan oil now? Yes. Are the oil tankers in Iran?
No.
Actually, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
No, we actually own.
Can you show me the paper that for like the minimum?
We don't own them, but we control them. That means the money goes to the U.S. That means that
no, it's not. It's actually going into I don't know if you realize this, but the sale of the Venezuelan oil is going into an offshore account. It's not even going into a U.S. bank account or Venezuela's banks. It's going to a completely offshore account.
What offshore account is that? Well, educate me on it. I actually didn't know that.
Okay, but again, we'll happily do that. But again, the question for you was, what is Donald Trump doing right now that you support that's directly benefiting the United States of America? And we still haven't gotten an answer to that question.
Well, yeah, like I said, the oil, right? I do think that is supporting America long term because we're going to have more control over oil. You're not going to have a country like Iran that can just hold an area and say, hey, you can't, import stuff through here.
You mean
That's
like
one
how
thing.
Iran?
But
You mean like how Iran has complete control of the Strait of Hormuz right now and is bottlenecking 20% of the world's oil supply, and prices for a barrel of oil have basically doubled in the last month, and we're all paying about $1 more for a gallon of gas, and that even if the war ends tomorrow across the board, that price isn't going to go down anytime soon, and we're looking at an insane amount of money, not just for oil but also for natural gas, because LNG powers so much electricity. Like, that has completely screwed us on energy costs now,
Absolutely.
not just for right now but for years. So even if what you were saying about Venezuela was true, which, by the way, it's not, because Ari's got it up on the screen, but even if what you were saying was 100% true, it still wouldn't cancel out the fact that we're completely fucked for energy costs on the other end of this.
Short term, yes. Long term, no. And the
Oh my
reason
God.
being is,
Fucking.
well, no,
One
it's serious.
second.
It's short term pain for long term gains. At the end of the day, a year from now, 2 years from now, when we have full control over Iran, when we have full control over the Venezuelan oil, we will be the number one. Like, you're not going to have people, you're not going to have Iran come and say, hey, you have to pay us in Chinese yen, right? So that's one thing
What?
that Trump is trying to control. He's not necessarily saying,
What?
hey, guys, this is going to make your life better now. Hey, guys, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, you're not going to have a country like Iran come and say, hey, well, this is now our oil, or we're going to nuke you.
Hang on one second. That doesn't make any sense. None of what you just said
I
makes
came back
any
to a
sense
wild
whatsoever.
comment at the end there.
What?
Holy shit. Give up your oil or we're going to nuke you? Has that been said?
I'm very confused.
That is what I just
How-
heard, though, right?
I said, you're not going to
Yeah.
have a country like Iran in 5 to 10 years saying, hey, if you don't follow our rules, we're going to nuke you.
When did
was
Iran
never
say that?
Yeah.
What?
It's a terrorist organization. I actually have friends that are Iranian. They shoot you on the street if you don't agree with what they say. You
The
can't protest on
diaspora?
the street. Well, I'm just saying, so Trump is helping that long term. If you have
The
if the
diaspora?
president of what was that?
The diaspora? Your friends are a part of the diaspora?
No, they're from Iran.
Where do they live?
Didn't ask, but they're from Iran, and they've told me stories.
Where do they live?
That doesn't have anything to do with this. They live in Iran. I don't know where in Iran. I
No,
can ask
yeah,
them.
you
But
said
at the
you
end of the
didn't
day-
ask like before then. Before you just said like it took you a moment to be like, oh, I guess they live in Iran, but I don't know where exactly in Iran they live. When you already said, I never asked them where they lived. You are
I
aware
don't know
that
where in
like,
Iran. Listen, here's the thing. You're just trying to.
how do you
say
talk
I'm
to them?
wrong,
They don't
'cause
have
I know
internet.
it's right.
How do you talk to them when they don't have internet?
They live in the U.S. now.
Oh,
They
there
do
we
so in
go.
Iran.
Thank you. Thank you. So the diaspora.
The part of the diaspora. Okay, we got that.
Oh, God damn. Fucking. God fucking damn it.
Okay.
I mean, they shoot you on the
And
they shoot
do
you
you
on the street.
disagree
In
with what
America.
I'm saying?
I mean, they
In the
no.
sense
I
of-
mean, but just to clarify, they shoot you on the street in America if you don't agree with your shit too. I mean, that's what we're doing now here. So, kind of the thing. You know.
Well, no, in the U.S. you have the right to bear arms, and that's not something that they can ever take from us, right?
Really,
So
you
they're
should
not
probably
gonna be
you
able
should
to
probably
come and
tell
blast
you should
you.
probably tell Alex Preddy that. But oh well.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I do have a question too about taxes, because you guys were talking about taxes earlier. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you guys dislike about taxes?
But what we dislike about what?
Yeah, with Trump and taxes.
I
you guys
need
were talking about
the mystery board behind my head. And I need to start. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that should be my next actual prop. Is just have a mystery board and start connecting the yarn when we go new places.
That would be
Like
great.
Charlie from Always
No,
Sunny.
but you mentioned
Yeah.
you didn't something about taxes and Trump.
You need to be. You got to be a little more specific. What exactly would you like to talk about?
What do you not like about Trump's policy in terms of taxes?
They
Maybe that will get us somewhere.
favor the ultra wealthy in a way that is incredibly detrimental to the middle and lower class.
Agreed. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Do you have your own business?
I do, actually.
Okay. Do you write off taxes? Do you have things that you write off?
I do have things that I write off, yes.
Okay. You writing things off, does that make you selfish that you're not paying tax? Or does that make you smart?
You're trying to,
I'm
I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop. Time out. I'm going to stop you right now. Writing things off legally with the tax code as a business owner is not illegal. It is totally fine. When you are ultra wealthy, okay, and you pay an effective tax rate like Elon Musk did over a 4-year period of 3.27%, while the rest of us are paying an effective federal tax rate of around 13 or 14%, that's not right. That's not fair. I'm not talking about using the tax code and taking deductions. I am talking about not paying your fair share. Do you or do you not think that Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg should be paying the same effective federal tax rate that the rest of us do? Do you think that?
Question.
No. I asked you a question. No. I need you to answer my question first.
I don't.
No. Okay. So you don't think that they? Okay, got it. So you're a simp for billionaires. Got it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Elon Musk. Okay, if he was to pay the extra 5% to the government, which is going to be a couple billion. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you prefer that couple billion going towards the United States government, where who knows, they spend it wherever the fuck they want?
Yes, I do.
Or
yes, I do.
It goes to
or
Elon Musk,
who it goes to Elon Musk where he holds it in it wrong. Because what Elon Musk does is Elon Musk puts it in a fucking account somewhere, or he puts it back into his company, and then he fires 1,200 of his workers. He hoards his wealth. And by the way, how many billions of dollars has he gotten from the U.S. government in fucking contracts and grants? You do realize that Tesla would have been bankrupt if it were not for the U.S. government. Same with SpaceX. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So then why?
But
the issue I have, pause for a second.
How far has Tesla and SpaceX?
Okay. So anyway, my issue when somebody brings up Elon Musk is they obviously don't know what his companies do when they hire people. They make anybody that is hired by
work like a slave.
No, that's not even where I was going. They make.
But it's very true.
So anyone that is hired on by one of Elon Musk's many companies like SpaceX or Tesla, right, is they make the employees sign an intellectual property agreement where if they've created anything while they've been employed there, it automatically becomes the property of Elon Musk and whichever company that he's with. He's literally stolen the ideas of his employees for people, unfortunately, that didn't read the fine print of the intellectual property agreement, because unfortunately there are so many people that don't read it. And when you are just trying to get a job to make sure that you can still feed yourself and your family, it's taking advantage.
How many people have great ideas every day? Hundreds. How many people take actions on those ideas? Very few. That's why there's very few successful business owners and there's very few successful inventors, because a lot of people have ideas but don't take action on them. What Elon Musk does is saying, hey, you have an idea? Cool. That's your job. That's what I'm paying you for. He's paying them for their ideas. So he's a very smart person to take their ideas and actually make something.
And he makes the profit of it. Sir, pause. He makes all of the profit of it for none of the work and none of the cost. The employee that had the idea doesn't get royalties, sir.
They have a great idea and make that video amazing and perform well, and you make all that money. Does that make you selfish and greedy for making all that money?
I make my own videos, so I couldn't even tell you what you're talking about there. Anyway, the point is, like, I don't think...
He has people coming up with ideas for his videos. Does that make him selfish and this and that for stealing other people's ideas? Or is that just their job?
You're really not listening.
In their contracts, not to copy other people's
that's
ideas.
the problem with here, I'll help you out with something. That's my problem with fucking capitalism. If it was actually a socialist system when it comes to raising money, then it would be an equal share of the profit.
So if everyone is
Thank you for disclosing my entire issue that I have with fucking capitalism, especially end-stage
but if we
capitalism.
don't have workers, we're not going to have an economy. If you don't have people
They
working
would
at
still be
McDonald's,
working,
if you don't have people
Pookie, in a
at
socialist
Walmart-
ideology where the workers own the mean of production and everything shared. Even if we just do it on a money standpoint when it comes to socialism and working, it would be so much better.
That wouldn't work.
Hi, I know because I actually
Everyone would be lazy.
I actually work for a
Actually,
social economy based like I actually work for a company that pays
Caller.
their employees based off of a socialist structure.
Caller, you don't understand what Ari is saying. See, what socialism actually is, because you don't understand socialism. What socialism is, it's the workers own the means of production. So last year, 2025, instead of Tesla reducing its workforce by 22% at the same time that it gave Elon Musk and it voted in ready for this? A $1 trillion pay package over the next 10 years, okay? So it reduced its own workforce by 22%, saying, sorry, guys, can't pay you, can't keep you guys on, but oh, by the way, Elon, we're going to give you $1 trillion over the next decade. What could have happened is that money could have gotten reinvested into Tesla. All of those people could have probably kept their jobs, and Tesla could have probably, built new factories and innovated and given more people jobs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They could have given bonuses to all of their employees, who in turn would have done shit like gone out and stimulated the economy, unlike Elon Musk, who is literally just going to sit on that fucking money or give it to people like Donald Trump, who's going to just sit on the fucking money. That's the only thing that's happening here. Yep, that's it, because we know that trickle down doesn't work because we have 40 years, because we have 40 years, because we have 40 years, because we have 40 years of data and studies that show trickle down economics doesn't work. And since we know that trickle down economics doesn't work, you saying, boy, we should really give this money to somebody like Elon Musk because he'll make jobs happen, he'll do this, he'll do that, is bullshit. It doesn't happen, which is why it would be better to give that money to the workers, the people doing the actual work, because it is proven that they're the ones who will spend the money, who will put it back into the economy. So at the same time that Tesla reduced its workforce by 22%, Elon Musk made hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yes. So when those workers spend more money in the economy, wouldn't that make
what
more
workers?
money
The
for
ones that
people
were
like
just
Elon
laid
Musk?
off and fired, and the people that are not getting a raise because Elon Musk and his board approved him having $1 trillion salary, sir? What money are the laid off? What money is 20%? What money is 20% of Tesla and Elon Musk companies' workforce supposed to be spending when they've been laid off? What money are the employees supposed to be spending when they're not getting a pay raise anywhere close, not even a fraction of percentage, to match anywhere close to his money?
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm someone who believes and says the U.S. is the best place for anyone who has nothing can come, build a business, make something great. Right? And a business owner should not be
objection, relevancy.
For the business decisions. Well, I was going to continue. A business owner should not be punished for their business decisions and how they conduct business just because they have a lot of money.
Motion to strike, witness is unresponsive.
What?
Motion to strike, witness is unresponsive.
Objection granted.
It
would be motion granted, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You should know this.
I did know that. Yeah, damn it. Well, you're objecting. You're objecting.
No, I said motion to strike. Witness is unresponsive.
Well, you would say objection, motion to strike. That's what I mean. That would be. Anyways, whatever. We're in the weeds.
But
sustained.
What I'm trying to get to is sometimes having more money for the people that are higher up is better because The right people will create more jobs, right?
I love
More
how we all
jobs,
just
equals
simp
more
for the
economy. And
billionaires.
sometimes paying people. Most people spend their money very stupidly. They'll just go out and buy stuff versus investing, saving, being smart with their money, right? So what most billionaires do, millionaires do, they're there for a reason because they know how to invest, they know how to save, and they know how to grow. Whether that's buying more real estate, whether that's putting it back in their companies, whether that's even putting it back in their pockets, they earned it because of all the risk and the sacrifice that they've done, right? They're a billionaire for a
No,
reason.
I don't know if you realize this, but CEOs
percentage.
that are hired on, especially from outside of the company, didn't earn it, sir. They were hired on and then they were giving a pay set based off of what the board approves. They're earning money based off of the workers' backs. They didn't earn it themselves.
Okay, and why is there a problem?
Yeah, relations. That's funny. I love Ryan. Why is there a problem with them?
You do realize, dude, you do realize that all that billionaires do is they just put their money into offshore trusts, into shell corporations. They have private foundations. It's all tax avoidance. Like, you started off this conversation about taxes asking me as a business owner about if I do write-offs and deductions legally. Like, sure I do. But you know what I'm not doing? I'm not taking the little bit of profit that my business manages to make and putting it in offshore accounts. When you have billions of dollars and you're trying to hoard your wealth, that's what they're doing. You can look up where their money is going. That's the problem. That's why people like Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren or different people have said, hey, what we need to do is we need to tax unrealized gains on people who are making insane amounts of money, because it's one of the few ways that we might be able to get taxes on these people who don't show true income in the same way that you do or that I do or anyone else does. That's the way that we could do it, because what they're doing is they're just taking billions of dollars and they're throwing it out. They're the ones doing the actual insane tax loophole shit that we should try to close. And you're sitting there like, this is a good thing. They're not putting their money back into the economy. They're offshoring it.
Or they're reinvesting it into the stock market so that they don't have to show a gain.
So what do you guys think we can do to combat this? I'm curious.
Change the tax code.
I'm having a very good conversation. Like, I'm not like, oh, I hate you guys, or like, well, I'm against you guys. Like, honestly, I've learned some stuff, and you guys have changed my perspective on a couple of things, and I like that, you know? What do you guys think we can do to combat this?
That's actually, hold on, this is a good question. Did you say that don't give money to the workers because they'd spend it irresponsibly?
Yes. The majority of people are broke because they don't know how to save and spend their money.
I missed
and
that.
And they just complain.
I didn't hear that. I missed that.
But like I said, I asked for a solution. Like, what do you guys think we could do?
Yeah, I said change the tax code. Change the tax code, especially for the corporations. Limit their loopholes. If somebody actually goes in and audit the books, maybe audits need to be turned into the IRS when companies have an audit of their actual financial system. Maybe that should be turned over to the IRS when that occurs, so that they can then match it up alongside their tax returns. And because, taxes can be audited for 5 years back.
And I'm going to ask you a great question. If that, how many companies are going to move from the U.S. to outside of the U.S. so that they can save money on taxes?
None of them.
None.
All of it.
That's your assumption. See, here's the best part. I love when people say silly stuff like this, is because when we had a tax rate of 87% in the United States, not the effective tax rate, the actual just flat tax rate for corporations, none of them left. In fact, more came in because we have been the highest GDP in the world for a while. And that shows that people want to spend money. So when it shows that we have a consumer economy, because that's what the United States is a consumer economy. They want to spend the money. There's a reason why they come here. There's a reason why they sell their products here. They're not going to go anywhere. They actually, that's a good point, DeMarco. They spend more money, especially with tariffs, right? Shipping things back to the United States. I mean, they do that anyways with the duties that they have to pay.
Yeah.
Ari.
No, you have a good point there.
Well, Ari, so I live in Massachusetts. And do you know what we did in 2022, Ari?
I do know what you've told me this before, but I want you to share it with the class.
Sure. We voted in a what's known as a wealth tax. Do you know about this, caller?
No, I don't.
If you don't, it's okay. I was just asking because I wasn't going to repeat myself. But basically, it's a 2% tax on anyone who makes over $1 million a year in income, not net worth. But if you make over $1 million a year in income, you get an extra 2% tax. Now, what do you think has happened?
To make less money.
What's that?
I'm gonna get to 800,000. I'm like, all right, no more money, no more.
Yeah, sure. You're just gonna you're gonna stop making money, right? I'm sure that's exactly what would happen.
I don't want to,
Sure. Yeah, because you don't want to pay the 2%. You're going to stop making additional money. That's exactly how all people think. That's wild. You clearly have never owned a business. Anyways. Caller. I want you to tell me what's happened in the last 4 years in Massachusetts in terms of millionaires here. Have millionaires left?
No idea.
What do you think?
I would assume not, because they're not going to pick up their business and go over 2% because it's negligible. The cheapest loan right now is 5%. So
wait a second. Hold on. But you were just saying that businesses, if they're taxed more, or people, if they're taxed more, are just going to get up and go? Or is the truth of the matter that that's actually not what's going to happen? Because here in Massachusetts, what we've done is we've raised an additional $6 billion in tax revenue. We have free college for all residents. You can go to free 2-year college and get community college. All kids can get breakfast and lunch free at all schools. Most school supplies are paid for all school kids. We're number one in education. We're number one in healthcare. And we're number one or number two, depending on who you look at, in terms of quality of life in America. And by the way, we had 440,000 millionaires in 2022. And as of last year, we had 610,000 millionaires in Massachusetts.
Wow. That's amazing.
These taxes do nothing but improve people's lives. And if you make over $1 million in income, you don't fucking care about the 2% that you're paying.
Well, here's the thing though. It adds up, and that's what people don't understand. They look at 2% on $1 million, cool. But then look at 2% on $1 billion. That's a lot I
Except for the fact that what you're doing, except for the no, dude, I gotta stop you. I've got to stop you because
it's just
what
a drop
you're doing.
In the bucket.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the same because it's all relative. It's just like 2% of $100, 2% of $1,000, 2% of $1 million, 2% of $1 billion. It's relative because it's what you're working with. If you're Elon Musk, 2% of $1 billion is nothing to you. It is literally the money that falls out of your fucking pocket when you're going to pay for a coffee. That's nothing. But if you're someone else, 2% of $1,000 could be all the money that they have in their entire bank account at one point in time. It's relative.
How much is 2% of $1 billion?
What's
I'm
that?
curious. I just want to know the number.
How much is what?
2% of
you're
$1 billion.
breaking up. Ari, I can't hear him. What is he saying?
Oh,
I
he
said,
said how much is 2% of $1 billion? I believe that's what, 20 million?
That's $20 million.
$20 million. Cool.
Yep.
Now,
And
if
that's
you're paying
nothing.
an extra $20 million on top of the taxes that you're already paying because you're making more money, do you think that, like, for me, I never understood the fact that the more money you make, the more taxes you have to pay. Because all that would do is it wouldn't.
Oh my God.
If
want you to make more money.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
look
if
at this
it
from people who are making six
disincentivized
figures
somebody
and
here, I'm going to
seven
help you out
figures.
with something. If it disincentivized people to stop making more money, then why do we have billionaires and trillionaires right now? Why do we have corporations that make millions of dollars every single year right now, and they still exist and they're still
Because the tax
continuing to
loopholes, they
make
don't pay as
profit?
much taxes. The person that pays the most taxes and gets F the most is W-2 workers. We all know this because with 1099,
Because the rich aren't paying their fair share, my guy.
Okay, so a better way to go about it is saying,
When's the
how
last
can we
did
make
did
the
Elon
W-2
Musk pay
employees-
you to glaze his taint so much?
No,
Man, you should
I
get paid
kinda
for
like
that.
business. And you know what?
You
Maybe
should
he
get
did.
paid for
Maybe
that,
he
my
gave
guy.
me 2% of his $1 billion. But
Yeah,
what I'm
he's not gonna
saying
give
is
you
W-2
anything.
employees pay the most, and their taxes go up with time, right? So if you're making $100,000 a year, you're going to be taxed higher if you're making $250,000 a year. I believe that if you make
Yeah.
more money, you shouldn't be taxed a higher percentage.
I always find it interesting how people say these
you're
things,
working
but there are
harder,
so
you're
many
being
millionaires,
smart.
so many billionaires that are willing to pay more in taxes. What's the guy's name? Mark Cuban, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Mark Cuban had said that he wanted to pay more in taxes, but they needed to change the tax code in order for it to actually happen. So, like, there are so many people that are millionaires and billionaires that are making the money that say, I want to pay more. Warren Buffett, there's so many of them, but we're not actually changing the tax code to account for that. I'm sure there are going to be shady people like Elon Musk who won't do it. And that's fine. These are the people that hoard this wealth are also the reason why we have people that starve to death throughout the world and including in the United States. We have about 253,000. We have about 253,000 people that die of malnutrition in the United States every single year.
Yes, ma'am.
And all of this could be avoided if they actually did something instead of hoard their wealth. In order to become a billionaire, you literally have to step over the backs of other people.
Yes, and that's exactly what I was saying. The difference between a
That's not what you were saying. You literally said, and thank you, Kata. I can't say your name right.
It's very easy.
You're a broken record, and you're the one who said that we shouldn't give money to the workers, aka you, because people spend it irresponsibly. So by your own logic, you shouldn't continue to receive any money.
If I'm working for someone,
you've already proven that you don't work. You are not a business owner. You've proven that with your words. Because I also agree with Matt as somebody who also does this, right? You're not a business owner, which means you are the worker bee. And according to your own statement, you don't deserve to get paid more money because you're going to spend it irresponsibly.
Correct. Majority of
awesome.
people.
I'm so glad we can agree.
I believe this cold heart.
I can't anymore. So guys, if you are a Trump voter, feel free to call on that number. I'm going to do a quick promo here, a quick little promo for all of us, right? Guys, we are live on 3 different applications on 2 different platforms. All right. So we're here on TikTok. Y'all are doing great. Keep tippy tapping that screen. Can we clear out the gift goal? Be sure to touch my gift gallery, light up Matt's gift gallery. Do not forget about Matt being on the panel. Pay links are in bio for anybody that sends them. Thank you, Tyler, for the 10 saying for the emotional labor fee. If you are watching over on YouTube or Twitch, we have bits, subscriptions, memberships, all available, and super chats. And I haven't seen that many super chats come through, but be sure to hit that subscribe button at the top or that follow button, depending on which platform you are on. It's really important to do because it helps push us out. If you guys are enjoying what Matt has to say, We'll have him on screen the next time he's on with me. Be sure to check out the link in the description of the YouTube video that you are on and hit follow. It's Politics with Matt. All one word.
This is how Ari maintains control. She was like, "Oh, I couldn't get it done. I'm gonna keep you. I'm gonna have to keep you small." This is guys. This is how she does it.
What? That's rude. No, I just didn't have the time to get it all set up, and then somebody said something last night, and it was like, "Ooh, idea. Let me ask this person," because the other one didn't have a suggestion. So I asked two different people to get ideas.
No, it'll be fine. Next time we'll be all set. Same with me, guys. If you're over on my tube, you can offer a super chat up. That's fine. Links to support myself and Ari are down in the description. So just like you can find those links in the bios over here on TikTok, you can find them down in the description there. I'm really glad that we're getting those taps up over here on the Tiki Talks. Somebody on my tube said, "Can confirm number isn't real." That's
what?
weird because where are these people calling in from? That's wild.
Did you make sure that you had the number right? Like, I have typed it down wrong before on a stream when I changed my stuff.
No, it's this video. It's the stream video. So it's literally you right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you for the meteor shower.
Pretty.
Guys, just sincerely don't forget about Matt. I don't want to be that asshole. Okay? Don't make me that asshole. I'm gonna try to take the next call. Hi, how are you? Hello. Okay. I am dealing with somebody sitting there. Thank you for calling the stream. Hello? Sorry for any headphone users. Thanks for calling the stream.
Oh my God, are you insane? Let me turn my YouTube off. You're insane.
Do you want to
Can you hear me?
effectuate that? How old are
What's
you?
that? I'm 56.
Okay. You want to effectuate
So
that?
you're saying Mark Cuban would pay more money if the government would just take it.
Yeah, that's how taxes work.
Get her. Well, why not just donate it to them?
You
If
literally
he's
can't.
that intent, if he's that intent on spending his money for the government, then just donate it.
You
could
literally
donate it.
can't.
Oh, come on. And you're talking about giving it to the workers. Well, there you go. If Mark wants to get rid of his money, Mark could get rid of his money. Do you know what Mark's problem is? Mark's full of shit.
Okay.
So is Jeff Soros and the rest of them. No, who takes the blow if business goes in the tank?
Uh-huh.
Who takes a beating? It's Mark
You
Cuban,
tell me.
not the worker.
Oh, okay.
It's
I mean,
not the
they're
people
saying
that lose
that
their
they
jobs.
should give more money.
And
Why?
by the way, you know that people like Mark Cuban have done shit like when he sold the Mavericks. You know that he gave out $35 million in bonuses.
Well, that's great for him.
Excuse me,
Great for him.
Will you excuse me, sir? Will you let me finish this? Excuse me, sir. Will you let me finish this sentence, please? I appreciate it. I understand that you're a little bit upset, but let's calm down, okay? Relax, take a breath, and allow me to finish a sentence. Thank you. When
Right.
Mark Cuban sold the Mavericks in 2024, he gave $35 million in bonuses to some of the lowest of the low. He did the same thing when he sold his first company, Micro Solutions. He did the same thing when he sold Broadcast.com. When he sold Broadcast.com, there were 330 employees. Do you know how many of those 330 employees became instant millionaires? 300 of them. Mark Cuban puts his money where his mouth is. He's still a billionaire, and I'm sure that he's done some shit that none of us would like. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he at least puts his money where his mouth is in terms of giving back to people around him and to the employees that helped make his companies very wealthy.
Okay, this isn't about Mark Cuban. This is about millionaires. No,
Seems like it because
they're
you
the
brought
ones
up
who
Mark
take
Cuban
the
right
hit.
away, sir.
They're the
So
ones
if you
who
want to
take the
talk about
money.
Mark Cuban, maybe
Are you
you
gonna
should
let
get your
me
facts
talk?
fucking
Are
right.
you gonna let me
Maybe
talk
you should.
sometime tonight?
Maybe you should get your facts
did you
straight,
want me to
sir.
call in?
Seems like you're a little upsetty spaghetti.
You called already,
Upsetty
like,
spaghetti. Wow, that's great.
yeah,
You
sir.
should be syndicated.
Yep, sounds cool, sir. You're the one like that came. You called
Well, yeah,
and
'cause
you
it's
were
like,
already
you're
mad.
so full of shit. And it's like law
Yeah.
to you people.
I know you were
You're full of
already
shit, and it's like,
hysterical.
Elon Musk is such a dirtbag.
Oh, are you the one that left that comment on my video? Did you like leave the live to make a 3-paragraph comment on a video without giving me a TLDR? Because I need a TLDR. I'm going to tune you out immediately.
No, that
Crying
wasn't
about
me.
Elon Musk. Oh, okay. Just want to point that out. That was
wasn't me.
hilarious. Somebody literally left the live to go leave a 3-paragraph comment on my video. I posted a screenshot in my Discord server if anybody wants to join. Yes, see, I did say he's hysterical.
Why
By the way, are you even a Trump voter?
You're
Me?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud Trump voter.
Oh, okay. I just making sure.
I'll tell you what, if he finds a
How
way
do you
to run
feel
in
about
2021,
Donald
which I'm
Trump?
afraid he does,
How do you feel about Donald Trump doubling his wealth while he's been in office just so far this term?
show me a politician who has it.
A
Remember
politician
Nancy
who
Pelosi?
has it?
Remember
Oh,
How about
Nancy Pelosi
AOC?
can fuck all the way off,
AOC
dude.
was a bartender when she came into
Sir.
office. A bartender.
Sir, I like how you're like not listening. I said Nancy Pelosi could literally fuck all the way off, my guy. Like you think you're getting somewhere with that? You're not. It's quite weird for people to be like, oh no, Nancy Pelosi. This is why I personally support the Honest Act that fucking Josh Hawley introduced into Congress, yet it hasn't moved anywhere in the Senate. The Josh Hawley Act that Donald Trump still hasn't said that he actually endorsed it yet. It took him a year and a half to actually say, you know what, pass the act in Congress at a State of the Union. But he didn't even say the right name. It was so interesting. It took him a year. And Josh Hawley had to carve out a special section into the bill so that it wouldn't apply to Donald Trump, so that he would endorse it a year later after it was introduced. Donald Trump doesn't care.
What is this? What is this bill?
Oh, it used to be called the Pelosi Act.
And that's about playing the stock market while you're in office.
Correct. As in, no politician, once they are elected, are able to invest in the stock market. None of their family can either. They have to divest it off, everything like that. It's S1498, halting ownership and non-ethical stock transactions, aka the Honest Act. Right? And yet it still hasn't been moved to the Senate floor for a vote. Every Republican on the committee, except for Josh Hawley, the one who introduced it, voted against it, but every Democrat voted for it. And even Nancy Pelosi endorsed the bill prior to her even announcing her retirement when it was introduced into the Senate, saying, bet, do it. I think that's great, right? Because she would have had to either divorce her husband, or her husband would have had to find a different job as a venture capitalist in order
Or like
to
a drunk
not.
driver or something. Maybe he could find a job as a drunk driver.
You're doing so great right now.
But here's
doing
the thing:
so
it
great.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the stock market or whatever. When they
You know
go
what
into
I found
office,
funny,
they got X amount of
Matt,
dollars.
is when
But when they come
when they
out
were
of office,
arguing
they
against
make
that
so
in
much
committee.
more.
What I found hilarious was Rick Scott. You know who Rick Scott is, right, Matt?
Oh, I do.
And unfortunately, he's my senator in Florida. It's honestly unfortunate. Rick Scott literally went up on the Senate floor for that committee hearing and was like, it's going to discourage entrepreneurs like myself from entering Congress. And you need us in Congress, us entrepreneurs that already have hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars and just want to make more money off of the American people. It's just, you're going to discourage the entrepreneurs from entering Congress. You know, like me, who stole $400 million from the American taxpayers with a Medicaid fraud and still got elected into Congress.
My neighbor was a steelworker
and was governor of
he
Florida
decided
too.
to run.
I know, it's
He
disgusting.
decided to run for the Pennsylvania State House of Representatives, just because he didn't think it was being represented right. I mean, he's supposed to take a
cool
hit now?
story, bro.
That's not even what
cool-
we said. Wow, like that was
That's
Well,
nothing
no,
to do
you're
with
saying
anything.
he should just stay poor. You're saying
No.
okay, he goes into the
you make $157,000 a year in the House of Representatives, $174,000 a year
And
in
you're
the
not
fucking
supposed to want
Senate.
more? You're not supposed to want more? Why would
Invest
You're
in your
supposed-
retirement account, you dum dum. Oh wait, hold on, wait. This is great. Weren't you just complaining about Nancy Pelosi making money?
I wasn't complaining. I was just
Then why'd you bring her up?
Well, because I was offering her as someone who did it.
No, she didn't. It was all her husbands.
I don't care that they make
It was
money.
Then why'd you
her
bring up
husband, it
AOC?
wasn't
If they're
her.
out there, they're at least doing something.
Okay, wait. So you don't care if politicians make a bunch of money while they're in office?
Interesting.
Is that what you're
If
saying,
they're
sir?
doing
You don't
their
They
care?
job?
should. In fact, he
Sir,
said they should at this
no, I
point. His
don't care.
friend,
No,
his
sir,
friend
I
should
wanna-
do it.
Yeah, sir. I want a direct answer.
How much-
Should politicians
how much
make
does
a bunch of
Obama
money
make
while
since
they're in
he
office?
retired?
Yes or no? Sir, I'd like an answer.
What?
Should politicians be, sir, I'd like a direct answer. Should politicians be able to make a bunch of money while they hold federal office? Yes or no?
Yes.
Great. I'm so glad that we've established that. So that means you have zero problem with what Nancy Pelosi did, right?
Right.
Okay, great. So then why did you bring it up?
She's talking about.
So why did you
Mark
bring it
Cuban
up?
Being such a nice
So
guy.
why did you
She's
bring
talking
it
about Mark
up?
Cuban
Who?
being-
Why?
I didn't say that he was a nice
offered
guy.
her
Mark-
offered her as a
Mark
representative
Cuban was
of
never in the
what you're
federal
talking about.
government, my guy.
Say
Yeah,
again,
and
my
I never
girl?
said that. I literally never said that Mark Cuban was a nice guy. I just use him as an example as a billionaire who is
That's
willing
what I
to
was
pay
doing with
more in
Nancy
taxes.
That's what I was doing with Nancy Pelosi, just using her as an example. Oh my God, you people are
An
freaking
example
insane.
of
And
what?
then
What are you talking?
won't
You're not
shut up.
making any sense.
You want me to shut up so your point can get across, but you won't shut up and let me make my point. How can I make any sense when every time I start to talk, it's like
Maybe,
can I get a word in, sir? Can I get a word in, my guy?
Perhaps if
Can I
you
get a
weren't
word
so
in, sir?
emotional right now, we would be able to have a conversation with you, and we wouldn't be having this interruption back
You
and
can
forth
never
that
have
you
a
are doing.
conversation with
I
me because
know.
you're not truthful.
I know
You can never
you're
have a conversation with me because you're not
emotional and you're
truthful.
hysterical, and it's just kind of
You're damn right. I am. You're damn
it's-
right I
your
am. Because
manosphere is so
people
weird.
are ruining our country. Your people are ruining our country.
who's our people? I have people.
All these woke people like
My
you
people?
and your friends
You're asleep.
out there.
How are you?
ICE is
I'm
bad.
sorry. Wait, you're asleep right now.
ICE is bad.
How are you talking
You know
on the
what I
phone
heard
if
you
you're
talking
asleep?
about? You know what I heard you talking about yesterday?
Do you have
You were talking
does he have
about
narcolepsy?
that ICE agent
Maybe he
murdered
has-
that lady.
yeah, all right.
Oh,
That's
wait,
a
no,
real
you were
medical
talking about how-
condition.
No, what is
How
it?
that
What is it?
ICE
Is
agent
instead of
murdered
sleep
that lady.
talking,
He didn't
instead of
murder her.
sleepwalking, he's literally sleep dialing and calling on the phone right now.
Sleep
didn't
talking?
murder
Is that
her.
what's happening?
He's sleep talking.
It was
Yeah,
He's sleep
self-defense.
talking.
It
it's
was
so
self-defense.
weird.
And he
I don't
smoked
even
her.
know like what is he on? And he's like going off on something else. Is he actively sundowning while he's sleep
Do you
talking?
remember saying this yesterday?
Maybe
Do you
maybe we
remember
can make a
saying
new
this
term.
yesterday?
It's sleep pivoting. He's sleep pivoting. is what he's
Oh,
doing.
yesterday. What happened
What's your
yesterday?
name? The female. The female. What's your name?
Who?
The female.
You. What's your
Oh,
name?
Summer, come here. Come here. Come here. I know you're talking about my dog. I know she's so pretty. Come here. Come here.
Oh,
Anyways,
she
I
is-
tuned in
Come
either
here.
yesterday or the day before, and she's going on
Yeah,
about
dumb
how the ICE
ladies.
agent
Who?
murdered
Who?
that lady in the
Who
car.
said that?
What's-
He shot
what's
3
that now?
times.
Who?
The first one was through the windshield, and the second 2 were
Who
through the
said that?
window.
I'm sorry.
And by
Who?
their own rules, that's murder.
Can you provide me who?
And it's not murder. She tried to hit him with the
Dumb
car.
ladies.
He did what he had to do.
Huh?
End
Who?
of story.
I'm sorry. Who are you saying said things? I'm still waiting for that answer.
See what you're talking. I mean, see what you're doing here.
I know. I'm just waiting for you to provide me an answer.
Honest, this
Who?
is an honest discussion to you. To
This
you, you
is-
think that
you're
you're
honest?
doing things appropriately, and you're not. You just do this because it's your platform. You're a schmuck, is what you are. I mean, in
schmuck?
plain English, you're a schmuck.
Who? I'm still waiting for the who. Can you answer that question yet, or is a 3-letter word too difficult for you right now?
What are you talking about? The who?
I'm asking, who are you referring to? Do you know what English is?
The ICE agent.
Who? I don't. There's like 50,000 of
See what I
them.
mean? See, and you think this is cute. Your listeners are probably like, oh my God, she's so witty. She is so witty. Look at her. She's got him right where she wants him. Oh my God, she's the greatest. You're a schmuck. You come from a long line of schmucks. Your parents were probably schmucks. Florida's stupider for having you live there.
I think Florida's stupider for having Rick Scott, honestly. I stand by that.
Rick
And
Scott's
Ashley
a good
Moody,
man.
she's not great.
Rick Scott's a good man.
Rick Scott for defraud. I was actually wrong about the amount. The full audit was
If you
$2.4 billion.
knew anything about
Wait.
anything.
So you
would
believe
get
that?
behind Rick Scott.
Hold on. So I just want to make sure I understand your level of what qualifies somebody as good. Stealing money. So fraud makes somebody a good person.
Where's he stealing money?
I already
Don't see
explained
what-
this.
Invented
Were you
shit.
listening?
It's like.
Were you listening?
Ari.
Calling Trump a pedophile. No, I'm not
You know,
listening.
Ari,
Because
it's
all
the
you're doing is
largest amount
regurgitating
of-
bullshit.
You know, Ari, it's the largest amount of Medicare fraud in history, if memory serves. So this
is.
guy thinks that committing the largest amount of Medicare fraud in history makes somebody a
You
good
wanna start
person.
a fraud?
Is that what
wanna
you
start
think,
a
sir?
fraud?
Sir, I asked you a
Yeah.
question.
Minnesota's
Is that what
still
you
open.
think?
Minnesota's
Do
still
you
open.
man.
think, sir?
He heard a
Sir,
buzzword.
sir? My neck hurts from that pivot. I have whiplash. I asked you a question.
I
You
need
called
that
Rick
word.
Scott a good man.
You're so
You
funny.
called
guys
Rick
are
Scott a
witness.
good
You play
sir
off each
or
other
sir
like just amazing.
sir. Are you okay?
Sir.
I think you might need someone. Do you want us to call somebody for you?
Are you done with your? Can you let
Honestly.
us know when you're done with your mantram?
Did either one of you go to college?
Are you done with your mantram yet? Or are you still
Did either
feeling
one of
all
you
of
go to
your
college?
emotions?
Well, I mean, if you want to hang up on me, go ahead and hang up on me.
No,
I
I'm
don't care.
I'm
It's not
asking
gonna
you
hurt
a
my feelings.
question. Are you done with your mantram yet? Or
Go
are
ahead,
you like,
go ahead. I'll listen. I'll listen to your question.
okay, fantastic. Go ahead and ask it again, Matt.
Thanks. Caller, you said that Rick Scott was a good man. He's committed what is the largest Medicare fraud in history, as far as I can remember, $2.4 billion in the state of Florida. You think
That's
somebody who
awesome.
commits fraud against
Okay,
the United
what did he
States
do to
government
commit
is
fraud?
a good man?
What did he do to commit
He
fraud?
scammed Medicare when he worked for United Healthcare, sir.
He was the
CEO of
CEO.
United
Yeah.
Healthcare.
Yeah, he was the
He was
CEO.
the CEO of
they
United
purposefully,
Healthcare.
they purposefully overcharged and overbilled Medicaid, which resulted in a
Okay.
$2.4 billion loss for the Medicaid Medicare system. That's how much they found in fraud. And that was all while he was CEO. And that does, I don't know if you're aware of this, but when an employee does something wrong, right? This isn't just one instance, right? So this is a practice. So when a company engages in a practice, that's the fault of whoever is at the tippy top.
Okay. Now, fraud is
Bad, right?
against the law, right? Right?
Yeah.
Fraud's bad, right? You
Yeah.
go to jail for fraud, right?
Mhm.
Why ain't he in
Well-
jail?
He was actually prosecuted, just so you know.
Okay.
It was his
and what
company
happened?
his company had to pay it back. Well,
Okay, but
a
fraud's against
portion
the
of
law,
it.
right? It's illegal. It's breaking the law, right?
Yeah, that's why he was
Why
sued
didn't
and they
he
had
go
to
to
pay
jail?
restitution.
The
Why didn't he go
company
to jail?
paid them because they sued the company. The company had to pay the amount back. I'm not
suing
sure
him-
if you're
suing
familiar
him.
with
See, that's a
sir.
civil case.
Sir,
That's a
sir.
civil case.
No, it's
That's
not.
not
No,
against the
actually,
law.
sir, it was
That's
a
not-
criminal. No,
that's
sir, it
not
was a criminal
criminal.
case. No, sir, it was a criminal case. I'm not sure if you're familiar how these things
Then why
work.
didn't he go to
They-
jail?
What they did
They
was,
plot out.
I'll explain to you. They came to a settlement so that no one would need to go to jail, but the government still got the money back because the most important thing to the government was getting the money back. As often
plead guilty?
happens in many white collar crime cases, if they can get the money back, that is oftentimes more important than simply sending someone to jail, because white collar often involves wealthy white guys, and they really just don't send wealthy white guys to prison.
Oh, white guy.
Yeah.
White
Also,
guy.
it's
There
kind of
it
hard
is.
to put a corporation in jail.
How? How? Well, no, we're talking about Rick Scott. Why isn't he? He's not a corporation. I remember
Okay.
you
So
saying
cool.
the guy
Cool. Okay. I think I've let you like scream and have your mantra. So let me know when you're done talking. Okay. I'm going to wait for that bar to stop moving. And while you're still throwing your mantra, because I'm going to have a task for you when I take you back off of mute. Okay. And I think it should be easy. I want you to reiterate exactly what Matt told you happened. What was the agreement? You're off mute.
I understand what Matt's saying.
No, I said that's not what I said. This was a task. I asked you to reiterate. I want to make sure you heard and absorbed it all the way in. So you're muted again until you stop. Sir, as long as your bubble is like going really big, I can, yeah, thank you. So now I want you to reiterate what Matt said.
You just want to talk all this shit about.
That's not reiteration. So now that is strike 2. You're going to be on your 3rd strike now. So you ready for this? We're going to try this one more time. When you're done with all of your screaming and the bubble stops moving, sir, the bubble gets really big when you yell. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Now I want you to reiterate what Matt said.
He's saying that they made a deal. I get that.
Okay. So then why did you ask again? Then why did you repeat yourself and ask, why isn't he in jail? When it was perfectly explained to you very well, very eloquently, and you have now made the assertion and the claim, and you've restated it, basically saying that you understood it. So why would you repeat the dumb question?
No, I don't understand it.
Okay. So now he doesn't understand it. So that means he didn't absorb it. He did not comprehend it, even though it was very well stated, very well explained, that I think even a 10-year-old could understand it. So what you're saying is that you are not smarter than a 5th grader.
You make all of these claims and you think just because you claim it, that's.
It's not a claim when you can find the court cases. You can find a copy of the settlement online.
Yeah.
It's not a claim. See, a claim is something that you can't typically back up or that you're being forced to prove. And again, all of this stuff exists. It's all available to you. You're just choosing not to look, and you're just choosing to throw your mantra.
Part of the settlement was that the company pled guilty to 14 corporate felonies, which is criminal, by the way, 14 corporate felonies. And in return for them doing that and paying out restitution, none of their executives were prosecuted.
Ooh.
Do you understand now?
Why not? It was a crime.
It was a deal. It was a settlement. It's, you know how somebody can plead out in court, right? Like,
Do you know why they make deals? Do you know why they make?
No, Mike, because they're guilty. They don't want to pay that. They don't want to go through, because it costs money to go through a lawsuit.
Exactly.
Awesome. So they're guilty.
All the money.
Yeah.
Neither side wants to pay all the money and risk losing.
What money? The United States government is an ass out. I'm pretty sure in that settlement that they had to pay for the court costs.
So why didn't they prosecute him to the end?
Because they offered them a way out. You're familiar with.
They were ass out.
Oh my God.
This guy, is he trolling? He cannot be this unintelligent.
I think he's real. I'm going to be honest. I do think he's real. I mean, he did bring up something that I said, I don't know, like 2-3 days ago, and he seemed very upset about it. It was so far off the point. I think I'm actually going to get, I think I am going to get, I know you're a fan. It's okay, Pookie. I appreciate you so much. I think I'm going to get a cork board with some push pins and some yarn, and I'm going to start connecting all of the dots when they go off. Just like, here's we started in the center, here's a new topic, here's a new topic, we're going back to the center, and then here's the new topic. I'm definitely going to do that.
Did we exhaust the Rick Scott angle yet, or are we still on that?
That I wasn't even talking to you.
Yeah. Also, sir, I feel like we have exhausted, sir. I do feel like we've exhausted the.
To ask me to be quiet, and I oblige you,
sir. I
do.
do.
Be quiet when you ask me to.
I do feel like we've exhausted the topic because it seems like you're not going to understand it, despite us having explained it about 6 times now. So it seems like a lost cause.
I don't understand it. I disagree.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Anthony, for the 5 saying the Schmuck Fund. LOL. Great show. Love your stream. Guys, friendly reminder, we do have super chats and bits available. Please send me whatever you got. Send Matt whatever you got, and we'll read them out loud.
Speaking of, thank you to Betty for the $2 Canadian. It says Maniac is cross-eyed and foaming at the mouth at the moment.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to John for the headliner for the Jules. Thank you.
Northside says, Northside Long Beach, sorry. Dude has his placenta in a bunch.
Oh.
That's a good one, Northside Long Beach.
It's a song. Port Manitou of the Week Mantrum. Like, okay, listen, I am not very well versed in music and stuff. Like, as far as what's not rock music, I'm very much in my niche there. But even I know Northside Long Beach is a song.
I don't care.
You seem to have cared that I said it. Oh, aren't you funny? Like, it's Northside Long Beach. Northside Long
Is it
Beach.
still a caller? Do you still call them callers, or what do you call them? Viewers? Would it be a viewer?
Huh?
What do you refer to those people as? The people that are typing on the keyboard there. What are they referred to as?
Who?
Watchers? Viewers? The
Who?
people making the comments. What do you refer to them as?
Oh, the people that are in the chat?
Yes, in the chat. What do you refer to them as?
Those are the
Suckers?
viewers.
No, those are the people that send the money in are suckers. Those are called viewers.
Oh no,
You
those
call
are
them viewers.
donator. Those are the people that offer, like, are donating,
Suckers.
and they also.
Suckers.
I know that's what
Those are
you
suckers.
want to call them. I'm not
They're
going to call them
they're
that.
making
They're.
you and this other jerk off
that-
a couple of bucks. You're
I
standing
know
on
it
this-
makes you
standing on
so
this
upset.
corner
Oh,
panhandling.
guys, that's a great point, guys. If we really want to upset him, can we start the dollar train? I will read out every single
There
thing
you
that
go.
you send me, even if it's
All
just
your
$1.
Send in $1.
Yeah, everybody, like, let's start a dollar train. It's Mermaid RE0 on all of the pay links. Politics with Matt on your pay links, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check mine. Yeah.
Yep, guys, everybody start a dollar train. We'll read out every single one of your comments. He's loving them. He, in fact, suggests sending them.
John Deere
Yes.
said
I'm
half
here
of
to
chat
comment.
are fat and
Settle the
broke.
comment.
Prove me wrong. Thank
Oh,
you, John.
What?
someone said half the chat is fat and broke. Prove me wrong. So I guess that
Damn. That was kind
it's
of a
a
call-out,
waste
man.
to argue with hold a MAGA cultist. Yeah, he's insane how emotional men get, not fit for the office. Ooh, I guess that's towards you. You're kind of emotional, which, I mean, we knew that already, that you were a little bit.
I would kill people.
That doesn't sound very nice, and that sounds kind of like a threat. You shouldn't say things like that.
That also sounds
Who am I threatening?
very, very emotional.
It sounds very aggressive. Do you think that anger is an
It is
emotion?
very emotional.
Yeah. Do you think that anger is an emotion?
It's emotional.
Do you think that? Okay.
It's an emotion. That's what I'm trying to
Lou said, why did he come in so hot? I don't know, Lou. I wish I knew. Caller is an overweight, red-faced, blubbering idiot. I think he is at this point, TSMD. Tyler as well says to piss off caller, choo-choos. That's a choo-choo for the train. Alex said caller being a little baby.
James says Republicans don't work, Democrats do. Thank you, James. And then also over on the tube, Mr. Tish says fake number, fake stream, called 15 times, just dialing, cost money on international calls. Thanks for spending more money to tell us that. And then John says Mr. Tish proved he's a broke boy than anyone else. Thank you. And then Lynn says, why is MAGA so mad when they get everything they wanted?
I know,
Excellent
right?
point, Lynn.
We have for tolerating the dumb baby. Thank you so much. Coco Daddy says, caller, you're nuts. Wake up. Thank you. Christian as well said, I don't know how you guys do this on a daily. Split Thank you for teaching these guys. Split this with Matt. Absolutely, for that I will. Jolie says this caller needs meds and a psychiatrist. Hannah, please someone come get their drunk uncle. Oh, he's the awkward uncle at the party. I just know it. Oh, goodness. Laura says, just to piss off the little baby boy on the phone, what's that autograph album behind you? Oh, this is Bring Me the Horizon. If that had dropped, that's okay. Lisa says he needs to calm down and placenta is murder. I'm just kidding.
Everybody sending in dollars.
Sylvie said, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says very, very
All right, so somebody's sending
emotional.
money.
Thank you, Sylvie. Thank you. Very emotional.
Acting childish diminishes upfront and a credit. Acting childish diminishes up. I can't read that. Unpoint your point and credibility. Oh, who's acting? Yeah, that's him. 25 for the snowflake caller. Ooh, yeah. Thank you for the gifted membership. From Mark Cuban. Oh, W Mark Cuban. Can we get W Mark Cuban in the chat for donating to me? I appreciate that so much. This caller is an unhinged
Habsburg.
Okay, thank you,
I think they
baby.
meant Habsburg is what they meant.
Habsburg baby, okay.
Awesome.
Anger is definitely a emotional response to shilaboration. Thank you for the $1. I have a story to tell you that I cannot call in for because it says Google subscriber unavailable. Yes, because I'm currently on a call. I hope Ari makes more money than you, caller. Damn. Hold on. We're not done. We have so much. Wait, go
I have
ahead.
more.
You have more too? Jesus.
No, I have more too. Hold on. We gotta split these up. TVL HVT just sent $1. Thank you. Neely, thank you. It says the angriest man on earth.
Jesus.
Thank you to Nala, the $20 super chat. That was so kind. Says MAGA should spend less time online and more time researching what their God is doing. Excellent. And then thank you to Secret Squirrel on the Blue App. It says, how does MAGA go from experts to not knowing a damn thing in the same conversation? I don't know.
Yeah. Tyler, I already read yours. Denise, your show is great. Thank you so much. Caller is so she-emotional. Ooh. Let's see. We had white male fragility is painful to witness. That's towards you. Caller is a delusional stroke in waiting. Ooh, that is true. Somebody, Belchi says, please refer to him as Pookie for the rest of the remainder of the stream. You got it, Belchi. You ain't gotta ask me twice. Okay, Pookie. Baby shark, do. Baby shark, do. This coming from the same group that empires their bank accounts for a billionaire. Who's the real sucker, caller? Certainly you. Caller needs to find God. Dude is off his meds. Ooh, that's probably true.
I need to say thank you to Tiffany on the Green App. It says the Twitch chat enjoys the angry chipmunk shouting. Thank you, Tiffany. And Amanda says this is the male version of your last caller last night. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, Amanda.
You had a woman crash out on you.
I'm gonna send you. I'll send you a clip. I got you.
I got you. James says, thank you, guests, for proving yet again that MAGA are second-class citizens compared to the rest of us. Whoa, that's a hard-hitting one. And we got a few more. Caller needs to go back and watch all of 2015, 2016 Trump campaign videos. Trump has turned into everything he was originally against. Sad to see as the U.S. now looks worse than ever. Truth. And then lib tears have nothing on what caller is bringing. Oh, that's actually probably the best one. Yeah, he ran off. For Ari and Matt, please put towards the Schmuck Fund. Yeah.
Real quick.
Goddamn.
Thank you to Melvin for the super chat. It says my pre-K kids would say, "Why so mad? Does he need time out with the whoopee?"
Oh my God, that's.
That's amazing. Thank you, Melvin. It's so very cute. And thank you to TVL HVT again for the $1 no message, but thank you. Thank you to Thick with the message. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and wise he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life.
Oh my goodness. And Veronica give this mangry MAGA a baby bottle. I agree. Wow, guys, thank you guys. Somebody said, how was this guy still screaming? I don't know. Showed up late to the party. You still made it.
You're awesome.
MAGA men and women live in a delusional world. I agree. Okay, we do have to move on to another caller, guys. Be sure to hit that follow or that subscribe button if you are still here after witnessing that absolute just crash in and out. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Hello?
How old are you?
Hello?
Okay, bye. Hello? Take that as a no. Thank you for calling the stream.
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
Awesome.
19.
Are you still supporting Trump?
No, because he's betraying what MAGA
awesome.
was all about.
I would agree with you there, so I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 57.
Uh-huh, and are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. What's your year of birth?
1958.
Incorrect. That would make you a lot older than 57. Oh, you hung up on your own. That's the best part.
That would make him the same age as my parents.
Yeah. How old are you? Oh, sorry. Hi, caller. How are you there?
Me personally, I think Kim Jong-un has a big yacht.
He might actually. Hi, how are you?
I don't have a list anywhere.
Thank you, Trojan.
You
Hello?
can't. Hi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm over the age of 18.
So how old are you?
19.
Okay. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Cool. Can you get away from the TV in the background?
Yes.
Or turn it off, something?
Yes. Is that okay now?
Yeah, so much better. All right, fantastic. Why do you still support Donald Trump in the year of our Lord 2026?
Because I feel like he was the better presidency than Kamala Harris.
Irrelevant. I
like-
said in 2026, why do you still support him? That has nothing to do with 2024. Not to mention you're 19, you
Why
can
do I
vote in
still support him?
2024.
Because he's a great president.
Okay, so what's he done?
Funded ICE. ICE helps immigrants, helps take them out from the streets, and they go after child rapists. They go after
No, that's
the
HSI.
MS-13 gang.
Sorry, I want to let you know that like investigative side of things has nothing to do with ICE. Also,
But
you just
a
said
lot of
that.
people
So
don't
hold on.
respect
You just
ICE.
said. Can I rewind for a second?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that you like that he funded ICE, correct?
Yes, I believe ICE was a great decision he made.
You mean that George Bush made?
Either or.
Yeah, George Bush made ICE.
I didn't say he created ICE. He funded ICE so they could last way longer.
So did George Bush.
Yeah, so that's
So did George Bush.
okay. Yes,
So did
maybe,
Obama.
Yes, he maybe started. Yeah.
So did Trump 1. So did Biden. And so has Trump 2.
Yes. And
So you support all of those
Could it-
presidents, right? Because ICE has been funded by all of them?
yes, that's what maybe yes.
Okay.
If they
I mean, at least we're
if they
consistent.
made an ICE thing that protects people from child rapists immigrants that are killing young girls, that are ICE is helping us, as we could see, and many people can't see that, and people are blind to see that ICE is not helping us. But how is ICE not helping us when they're taking child rapists off the street, MS-13 gangs off the streets? They're taking criminals off the streets.
Oh, you mean the same stuff that's always been happening under every administration? So that's why I was asking you. You do support every administration previously.
Another thing, what I'm saying too, if Kamala Harris would have won, she would have not.
We're not talking about, sir. Sorry. We're not talking about Kamala Harris. She's not politically relevant. It's in the year 2026.
Yes, I know. She lost.
Yeah, so it's irrelevant.
Rich donors,
it's irrelevant.
Spent over $1 billion.
It's irrelevant.
And you don't think?
Okay. You're now muted. This is your one and only warning. Bring up Harris again, and I will just hang up on you. Since you've already agreed with me, she's irrelevant. Fantastic. So I just want to make sure we're logically consistent here. You have supported every single president since ICE has been created, because not only did they fund ICE, but ICE prioritized deporting convicted criminals.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. At least we're logically consistent.
So wait, can I ask you a question? So you said I only get one strike, you said? I don't get 3 strikes like everybody else?
Technically, that was your second strike, sir, because I already told you Kamala Harris was irrelevant at the beginning of the conversation. So yeah, you've got your last strike coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
why can you ask questions and I can't ask questions that?
Yeah, if we keep it to who's the president, That's how that works.
Which you guys don't really like very much, right? You guys probably hate Trump, huh?
I mean, I don't hate is a strong word. I just don't approve of him or most of what he's doing.
Do you live in the United States? Do you live in the United States?
This is a first. I've never been asked this question before.
If you hate Trump so bad, move from the United States. See how much a better life you would be out of the United States.
Okay. Actually, the reason why I stay in the United States, because I am in the United States, I grew up here, is because I want the United States to be better. And so what I am doing is I am fighting for a better America while living here. I don't think that just giving up and saying, ugh, I give up, I don't like this president, I'm just going to leave. I think that's very un-American and unpatriotic. I'd rather fix the system.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so wait, so is there stuff I can't talk to? I can't talk about Biden or anything? Like,
what about Biden?
So if Kamala Harris and the vice president was basically together, co-op parent, basically working together, right?
Kamala Harris and the vice president? Yeah, they did great.
Both of them.
Yeah, but you
both
don't think,
of them did so great.
It would have been worse. You don't think it would have been worse if because Biden was the worst?
You're not 19. I that was literally, I know, Barbie, I was getting there. I was like, you're not 19. That was literally your last strike. I could not deal with that. Oop. Hi, how are you?
Who is this?
I don't know. Who are you? It's funny that you ask who is this and the stream is on in the background. You're so cute. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
So why do you just spend all your time just like?
You should try turning the stream down in the background. Hearing my chickmunk voice back is just not it for me.
That was amazing.
I still hear it. Can you turn on the stream?
Turn the stream down.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
Distracted. You know what I feel that I get very squirrely too.
So why do you just spend all your time doing this? Like,
All my time?
I just don't see the point.
Damn. All your time, Ari.
Damn.
All my time. All of us.
All of our time, guys. Is this your first time on my stream?
Yeah, this is my
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah, so I guess you wouldn't
I
know.
find it kind of pointless. Like,
You should probably go real quick just to level it out here. How old are you?
why do I have to say that?
TikTok terms of service.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I can tell you I am of age.
Okay. Have a good one. Guys, I don't spend all my time on stream. I actually have a very set schedule. It's in my bio, so I do have to add it to YouTube, but it's in my bio.
Samesies. Hey, real quick, thank you to Jolie, who said, I believe she was talking about our friend before, that caller was so unhinged. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jolie.
Right? Hi, how are you?
Good, how are y'all? Doing
well. How old are you?
31.
Okay, and are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, but can I have a moment of unity with you guys?
Okay, what's up?
Hello?
What's up?
Oh, can we agree this is happening on both sides?
What is happening on both sides?
The equality of everything occurring right now is happening on both sides.
The
for
equality
a while.
of everything occurring right now is happening on both sides. Can you be specific?
Yeah. I'm a little nervous because I've been listening to all the calls and I've come to the conclusion we're arguing over the same things. You guys are right, but the callers calling in, everybody's so emotionally supercharged, right?
There's
You
actually
guys
one
have been-
very emotional person, and I mean, he like crashed out.
Yeah, I think we all have a right to. You guys have a right to. I think the system has lied to us all. I really think, even right now.
Can you tell me? Let's test this both sides thing, okay? And let's test on like what level they're doing well for America. Can you remind me? Wasn't it? Ooh, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. And TikTok, this is for educational purposes only. Wasn't it like John Thune, a Republican, who advocated for universal health care? Or am I wrong?
They all did. If I may say, maybe not everybody, but both sides have. I give extreme respect to Obama.
Obama wasn't even the first person that talked about it. Actually, the first politically relevant person that talked about it in the 21st century, well, right before the 21st century, was Hillary Clinton. And they used it against her in the 2016 campaign.
I'm very disgusted with her life.
I don't care about that part. We're comparing both sides, okay? So I'm using her as an example.
Awesome.
I'm using universal health care as an example. By the way, John Thune is the Senate Majority Leader, and he's a Republican. He absolutely did not advocate for universal health care. Can you remind me who all voted for the One Big Beautiful Bill, which stripped 2.4 million Americans off of SNAP benefits and leading to food insecurity?
You misunderstand. I agree with you.
No, I'm not.
100%.
You said this is a both sides issue, so I'm measuring major issues on both sides, right?
Yeah, we don't. But what I'm saying is, whoever it may be, it's wrong because it happened in general. As a Trump supporter, as a MAGA supporter, we have been lied to as a base, but we are not the extreme right. Antifa, I would not consider the extreme left. I think a huge portrayal of it is fake. I think a huge portrayal of MAGA being extreme right, there are a lot of people that have been very broken to the point where this country has become a questionable country to us. We watched Joe Biden's administration, and it really hurts because I'm not trying to bring the past up. The a lot of the country, and I agree with you guys, and I really don't want to I really don't want to argue with anything, but a lot of the country did believe the election was illegitimate, and it opens the door for every presidency, Republican or Democrat.
Why did they believe that why did they believe that the election was illegitimate?
I will say there are a lot more Republican voting fraud that's occurring.
No. I know
Democratic
the question,
fraud.
sir. The question I asked you was why did they believe that the election was illegitimate? Is it because one side pushed a complete falsehood?
Yeah, I think it was what people saw. Nothing
No, sir.
was
I'm
proven.
asking you. No, sir. I'm asking you a simple question. Is it because one side pushed a falsehood, and which side was that?
It was the Republican side that had pushed
There you go.
the
And
questionality of the
great? And when did the Democrats do that in this past election, where Kamala Harris lost by 1.7% of the vote? 250,000 votes, give or take, would have swung the election in her favor, spread across the swing states. When did the Democrats? When did the Democrats say the election was stolen? We need to do, all of these different things. When did that happen?
Not a lot of Democrats did. Not a lot. I will say a minority.
No. When did anyone in power in the Democratic Party?
None of them did.
There you go. So why are we both? Why are we both siding this issue?
I love my country. If it happened,
no, sir. I didn't ask if you loved your country. I asked why are we both siding this issue when it's demonstrably true that the right is doing all of these things. Ari and I don't think that the left is perfect. We don't believe that the Democratic Party is perfect. But if we're going to talk about this in a realistic way, we need to address the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is that this is not the 1990s. I am 42 years old. I remember the 1990s. I remember Bill Clinton and the Republicans. And if you would ask me when I was a teenager, hey, do you think that the Democrats and Republicans are kind of similar? I'd be like, yeah, it's kind of like they're kind of pretty much the same. I would have said that when I was a teenager. Even now looking back, I'm not sure if I would have been right, but I would have said it because I would have believed it then. If you're asking me now, you cannot make that comparison. And to do so is absolutely absurd at this point.
No, oh man. This is I watched something from 1987 today. I watched Donald Trump be interviewed by 60 Minutes or NBC in 1987. He spoke about going to war with Iran and taking oil from the coastlines. He said you would be foolish to not do that to take our money back. I never heard him talk about the war before today. Before his presidency, this was in 1987, and
he actually talked about Iran a lot before he even became president.
A lot.
I didn't acknowledge that before, and it blew my mind because I didn't anticipate this occurring during his term. I knew about the economic issues with Iran. But the fact that this wasn't talked about, I never heard one time. I'm really good at my research, as we all are. I never heard him talk about that one time. How in the world did nobody know that? Nobody knows that he spoke about going to war with Iran in 1987. He spoke about it and taking oil.
People weren't paying attention. Short-term memory. Like most people knew that there was a reason why on the campaign trail you had Democrats saying, including Kamala Harris, that if you vote in Donald Trump, we will go to war with Iran. And as a response, J.D. Vance made a whole little commercial being like, and if you vote for Kamala Harris, she will send your sons and daughters to World War III.
Well, I think I don't know. Maybe I need to speak with a lot of people I know about it, because nobody talked about it to me. Like nobody knew he was going to do this. I don't know if, I'm sure nobody knows why. We all know oil, but I don't know any, like Israel. You know, I've known about Israel for a year since Charlie Kirk's passing. A lot of us did. And, you know, I know this nation's built in a way it could be it could not be my religion. For this to be happening in the country right now, as somebody that really loves American values, you know, I've acknowledged the financial system not being a constitutional right. I've learned a lot about the financial system, to the point where corporations do own all the debt. The banks don't own the debt. The fact that this country used to be operated on a trust system, where communities used to be the banks. And I don't know what happened in the 1860s, where the corporations were allowed to be privatized into the bank system. I don't know why the Constitution is being sacrificed for the privilege of money. As an American citizen that loves his country, that acknowledges the privileges that were granted,
You voted for
you know,
this.
it's kind of,
It was very out there when, hey Cheeky, when Donald Trump was in his first term in office, that he doubled his wealth in his 4 years. And that took 4 years to do so. Now he's doubled his wealth again in not even 2 years, not even a year and a half. In 14 months since Donald Trump has been back in office, he has doubled his wealth again.
but
Well, it was
if I may ask,
on top of that.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sorry.
No, I was sorry. I was correcting my doubling. My bad. I just
want
wanted
to say, mind you, this is not a setup call. Like, I just want to say, I think this is not set up. I am a random caller. So if you think MAGA or Democrat, I don't care what party. If I may ask you guys, it's previously happened. I mean, this has been a reoccurring issue since corporations have taken over the bank systems. I think both parties can agree, both support bases can agree maturely that corporations do own the debt. We can say the banks do, but the corporations borrow the money. So if I may ask, how do we retain that power back that once was held by citizens, in terms of us being a trust system? We are so divided as a nation, and everybody has the right to feel obligated.
I know
this
is Republican kryptonite that I'm going to say. It's one word: Republican kryptonite. Regulation.
But as citizens, I don't believe it's hard to.
Regulation. This all comes from unchecked capitalism. Republicans are the party that preach, live and die by deregulation.
But if I may, the outside, there are a lot of. I don't want to sound implicated when I say like foreign or outside entities that aren't American. You know, we are an open trade country. Non-residents can buy property here in the States. It is legal.
I can also buy property in Italy right now. I can buy property in Japan. It's a lot of countries do that. It's not hard. Japan is a bit more of a process. I have looked into it.
I believe
it is.
I believe that hitting domestic is very vital, and I do. But I also do believe, and I think unity will begin when both sides, I mean, on a massive scale, when both sides can agree to the same thing.
I think
what
that
the
unity
issue we
will
have with
begin
both
when
sides.
we have somebody who isn't shitting all over the Constitution of the United States, and there are a bunch of people who are continuing to defend somebody who's shitting all over the Constitution
Yeah,
of the
I
United
see that
States.
now. I see that now. You know, I do.
Or have a president that also promotes unity at the same time instead of saying, I hate my enemies.
You know,
And said that
I
he
just-
didn't think
I-
it was his job to bring the country together after Charlie Kirk died.
you know, I'm a country loving man. So regardless of party, right? I love my flag. I love my nation. I don't want people like myself to be viewed in a negative light because of everything. And I don't know what the goal on either side is. I think unity starts at home. Loving flag. That flag is it's not a symbol of one thing. We all define the flag. Every citizen of America defines it by the responsibility, duty, and obligation of being a citizen. Respecting one another is the biggest thing.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree with you. I agree with you. We should be respecting one another, which is why it's wild that we have an entire group of people that are just trying to take half of the country's rights away. That is kind of not a great way to go about being unifying. So maybe if we were like, hey, or if we wanted to be unifying, that would be a great way to start. This is why if we're gonna be unifiers, if we're going to try and say things like, hey, we want the country to come together, we want to heal, we want to do all this different shit, that would probably be a good place to start. Maybe we should try to acknowledge that racism is real. Maybe we should try to acknowledge that LGBTQIA plus people have the right to exist. I don't know. We could do that. We could do all of these different things. And then, starting there, we could try to say that all Americans have rights. And I bet if we started there, you might be able to do that unifying thing that we're talking about. But if we don't start there, how could we possibly move forward? Don't you think that might be a good place to get going from?
I believe
not
so.
gonna answer.
I will acknowledge one thing about the Democrats. As a independent,
Don't you think that might be a good place to get started from?
Yay or nay?
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic. I'm glad we can
Thank
agree.
you.
Have a good one. You weren't answering anything. And then my decoration just fell, and I got to find this business card again so I can replace it. Dang it.
Holy cow.
It died. Yeah, that hurt my brain. And then, to put a topper on that, my decoration fell and broke. And now I'm broski. He caused it. I don't care. That was his bad juju. That just caused that. If you voted for for Donald Trump, feel free to call that number on the screen. Oh, and then they are summoned. If you are new, hit that follow or that subscribe button. Be sure to follow Matt as well. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello. Good evening.
Hi. How old are you?
23.
23. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Technically, I would consider that a no question because I never really was a Trump supporter, although I am conservative and right wing. And I would contend that Trump is neither of those things, actually.
Okay. No disagreement here. So have a good one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I voted for him, but no, I don't support him anymore.
Okay. What did he do to make you lose your support?
So I think everyone who is still on the MAGA bandwagon should just hop right off. He's proven to lie to us about everything. The first thing started with the Epstein files. And yes, I agree, everyone's talking point beyond that is, well, Biden didn't do anything about it either. Yeah, both sides didn't do crap about this when it first came out. Anyone who was in the seat didn't do anything. But he knew about it. He tried to lie about it. He didn't do anything. And then when it came to a bill that had to pass to get that stuff out there, that's when he had to start talking about it. So that was the first big issue. The second big issue was a more of a recent one for me, was the Board of Peace that he created, that he is the lead
funneling
chairman
money
on.
into? Yeah.
Yes. So the Board of Peace gave himself $10 billion tax dollars. Again, we have to remember, this is our tax dollars. Gave himself $10 billion tax dollars, said it was a small number to keep world peace. Next week, started a war. Makes fucking sense. Sorry,
Yep.
if I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss.
I don't care. I don't care at all.
So that was a huge issue as well. I just don't see how people are not understanding. You know, he said he's going to drain the swamp, didn't do nothing. Said he was going to stop money within politics, didn't do nothing about that. He actually made, you brought this up a little bit, I think on the last call, about how much money he's made this term, that he's doubled his wealth. He's not only doubling his wealth, he's hitting world records. The last time when we started, sorry, I apologize. When he started the war, people started making trades on the NASDAQ and moved the entire NASDAQ 0.3%. Everyone needs to really think about that move that was made. That is a huge number. He moved them, not saying that he did it solely. No one could prove that, but he made some money off of it. He did the same thing when it came to crypto. Someone started shorting Bitcoin. All of a sudden, a big whale came out of nowhere. A couple hours later, Trump makes a tweet. Bitcoin goes down. Someone just made $900 million.
Yep.
Almost $1 billion was just made. But no one's going to call that out. Why is it? I don't see why people are still
no one on the
supporting
right
it at the same time.
Yeah, no one on the right will call it out. I've heard it everywhere on the left. It's mostly why I know about it.
Yeah, but I do have a problem still with. I think it's both sides that are a big issue. I think they make it seem, and this goes to the gentleman's point that you were previously talking to. I know he was kind of rambling, but I understood kind of where he was coming from. I think it's both sides in leadership right now are the issue. It's not just one party. It's the Democrats too. They play the same games that the Republicans do, but they just say whatever is going to make their side happy. And I don't know if you guys would agree with that, because you mentioned to the last guy who was kind of going a little bit crazy on the phone with you guys that, well, it's not Nancy Pelosi that was making the money. It was her husband. But she knew what was going on. He was making the right moves to the bills that were being passed within Congress. So you can't really say that she wasn't playing. She was playing that game
That
too.
wasn't
But
the
I know
that
you
wasn't
guys
the
aren't
point. That
focused
wasn't the
completely
but that
on
wasn't the
Nancy Pelosi.
point. But I gotta stop. But I gotta say that wasn't the point of what we were saying. And that caller's point was that he didn't care that politicians were making money. Ari and I said Nancy Pelosi can fuck right off. And we think that she shouldn't be making money like that. And that was initially exactly what we said. We're like, she can fuck right off because we don't think that politicians should make money like that. And we don't give a fuck that it was Nancy Pelosi. And so that's all. And Ari's point was that Nancy Pelosi would literally have to divorce her husband, or he would have to quit his job under the rules if that act passed, because it would mean that there would have to be complete and total divestment. That's what she was saying, because it's her husband who's the one who does the just so you know, we're 100%. But I do have to push back, because while we will absolutely criticize people in the Democratic Party, which is totally fine, no problem doing that, there has to be a realistic accounting, and there has to be a realistic setting here where we look at what's going on, and we have to be able to say there is one party that is pushing what is going on with the Trump administration. There's one party that is pushing the election falsehoods. There's one party that is pushing what is amounting to fascist government Like, this is fascist
Um,
light.
may I
And
ask,
so
how old are you?
Yeah.
How old you are, real quick, just to see
I'm-
like what you know.
I'm 42 years old.
I'm 34.
Okay, so you're very aware of a lot. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you brought up, I agree. Republicans pushing a lot on, election fraud. Agree with that. But the same thing happened in the early 2000s with Democrats, didn't it not?
No, they didn't. Nope, not absolutely not. And I was alive for it. I know exactly what you're talking
So
about.
was I. I
and
remember that I was 9 or 8.
It's not. Hold on. Time out. It was an election fraud. What the Democrats were doing, especially in the year 2000, was they were very, very, very accurately pointing out the fact, especially we're talking about Florida, that what was wrong was there was a ballot that was confusing, and then there were questions about whether or not ballots were punched properly or not. It wasn't about election fraud. It was about whether or not you could count people's ballots and whether or not you could see whether they had punched through a hole or not, and whether or not those ballots should be counted.
And
That's
also,
what that was about.
there's already a rule in place that if a vote is in with half a percentage point or less, there's an automatic recount, and you can continue to request recounts, I think, up to 3 times. The first recount is free. Anything after that, you have to pay for them to recount it. And eventually, Al Gore conceded the results of the election.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but so I brought that up because Democrats were involved in that, and I understand. But again, it wasn't the entire party. I don't think it was being as pushed as big as it is today. I agree with that. But I think that's kind of, for me right now, and like you say, our year of our Lord, 2026, kind of old news when it comes to that. If we stick to what's going on today with both parties, again, I think this is an issue for both parties.
I understand that you keep saying that, but here's the thing, sir. I have to keep stopping you. Sir, I'm so sorry. Sir, I understand, but you keep saying, I know, you keep talking, but you keep talking. You keep saying that, sir, I know, you keep saying it. I'm trying to explain something. No, sir, you didn't agree with me. No, sir, you didn't, because what you just did was you just said you think that it's no, sir, you didn't, because what you just did was you just said, I think that this is an issue with both parties, sir.
Be a good conversation.
Anyways, what I just said was that you.
So when I say both, the division in both parties and what it's causing is the biggest issue. You guys,
and you're wrong. And what I'm saying is that you're incorrect, sir.
So something.
Yes, sir. And what you're saying, I'm trying to explain something to you, and you won't stop talking. I'm trying to explain something to you, sir.
I turned him down too. Can you tell the difference? Okay.
I can, yeah, but
all right. I'm gonna unmute so we can keep listening to you in a second. But I turned him even further down here. And you, blah 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 blah. Feel free.
Thank you to Jonathan for that gift of the jewels, by the way. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate you. Yes. So the reason why is because one side is literally trying to be fascist and the other side isn't.
Let's bring that up. How are they trying to be fascist? How is one side
because
not
the
being
Trump
more fascist
because the Trump administration is literally hitting all 14 tenets of fascism. At the same time, they are shitting all over the Constitution of the United States, having violated it multiple times in just the last year and a couple of months alone, as described by multiple federal judges and the Supreme Court.
And the Democrats, Obama didn't do that during his tenure?
Nope, not at all.
He didn't do that.
And I don't know why. And again, and also, sir, 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 and sir, I was trying to finish my sentence. And also, sir, even if they did do it, which they didn't, I don't know how that would make it better that the Trump administration is doing it. Whataboutism doesn't make it any better that the Trump administration are trying to be fascist and breaking the Constitution, that doesn't make it better, despite the fact that the Obama administration did neither of those things.
Did you hear what I said, sir?
No,
Nope.
because
So
he
I
was
didn't
still in the
hear
middle of a
anything you
sentence. Oh, how
was
that's
literally-
Well,
interesting.
I was too, but obviously this is how you guys conduct yourself. So if this is the case, are we going to have just a normal back and forth where I let you speak, you let me speak, and we can have a conversation? Or is Matt going to keep on saying, sir, 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 and
That's
try
only
to
when
talk
you
over
interrupt.
people?
That he only did that when your sentence,
Yes, so
the
you
beginning of
agree
your
with me. He did
sentence
that when I was
interrupted.
speaking.
No,
I
it's
did not
the beginning
and I
of
was
your
speaking,
sentence
I was
interrupted the
articulating
middle of
what I was
him.
saying, and he decided to
His.
stop me. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So let's get off this subject and let's go back to what I was saying.
So the answer is
When
no,
it
the
comes-
Obama
again,
administration
when you're saying
didn't do that.
about
What's your
it, the
problem now?
is, again,
The
there
Obama
you go
administration
again, man.
didn't do it.
Well,
What's your
do you want-
problem?
Do you want me to speak, or do you just want to keep talking over people?
I
don't
said the
think you
Obama
guys really
administration
wanna have
didn't do it. Stop
I think
whining and
you guys just
reply.
wanna grift and get
The
heat.
Obama
You
administration
hear it all
didn't
the
do it.
time.
Stop whining and
All these over
reply.
here saying, oh, give me
No,
life,
they
give me
didn't.
life, give me money.
I
You
literally
guys
just explained
talk-
to you why
I
that
thought
didn't
you really
happen, and
wanted
you
to have a
can't understand it.
conversation. You got me. I'm sorry about that.
I literally
I'm
just
so
explained to you
sorry
why
I
that
didn't
didn't
want you
happen,
to
and you
have
can't
that
understand it. Would you care to reply?
You won't shut the fuck up. That makes no
I
fucking
literally
sense.
just explained to you why
How
that
do you
didn't
have
happen. Would you care to reply?
a fucking debate when you just keep on talking?
I literally
I'm
just
lying.
explained to you why that
I'm
didn't
over
happen.
here
Would you
fucking
care to
telling
reply,
you
sir?
exactly what the fuck's going on, that both sides are fucking hypocrites.
I literally
and
just
not
explained to you
real.
why that's not the
But no,
case. Would you care to
wanna
reply,
suck their
sir,
fucking
or do you
dick.
want to just
You
keep
wanna
whining
put your
about it?
mouth around any Democrat's cock you can and suck it right off.
Yeah, because we don't speak negatively about the Democratic Party. Anyways, are you going to reply to what Matt said?
What did Matt say? Matt, go ahead. Let's speak. Let's try to have a conversation.
The Obama
okay, buddy,
administration.
Is that it? The Obama administration?
I'm so sorry. I would explain it to you, but I don't think you're going to understand it. I think that you're probably really
yeah,
just
is that
not
it? Are you
quite.
sure that's
Yeah,
it?
sorry.
I think you need a.
I already. Well, see, here's the problem, sir, is that I already tried to explain. Why are you interrupting me again? You can't seem to have a regular conversation. I'll explain it one more time. If you'll stop talking, I'll explain it one more time. If you'll stop talking, I'll explain it one more time. Good boy. Anyways, here's what happened. The Obama. Oh, you're going to interrupt me again? Oh, I thought you were going to be a good boy now. Oh, you're interrupting me again? Are you going to be a good boy and stop talking? Anyways, the Obama administration wasn't trying to be fascist, and they didn't break the Constitution in the way that the Trump administration did. But even if they did, that wouldn't be some sort of a flex or some sort of a defense for the Trump administration doing it. That would just make them equal to each other. So, since the Obama administration didn't do any of those things, what would your defense be to the Trump administration trying to be fascist and literally breaking the Constitution at every turn as determined by multiple federal judges and also the Supreme Court? What is your response to that without using some sort of weird whataboutism that didn't actually happen?
So what you're saying is that Obama, you said, okay, I want to make sure this is correct, right, before I speak. Obama didn't do anything that broke the Constitution.
Sir, my response to you, that was all that you got out of what I just said.
It's a yes or no question. It's a fair.
No, sir. I asked.
That's
I'm
all.
asking you. Jesus Christ, I can't.
Because I agree
Dude.
with you. I don't like the Trump administration. That's how I started this fucking phone call. I don't agree.
I'll restate the question a little simple. I'll restate the question more simply for you. The Obama administration wasn't trying to be fascist, and they didn't break the Constitution in the way that the Trump administration did.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
You're awesome.
that our government fucking sucks? That both sides
Sure,
fucking
let's
suck,
fix it.
and there
Let's
needs to be
fix it.
fucking change?
Let's fix it. Crying about something that
Agree,
you
let's
have,
fix it.
crying about, sorry, not crying. Let me rephrase. Let me use a different word. Whining about something that you believe slighted you in some way when we're talking about Al Gore and Bush, Obama, and your issues that you think that you have with Obama by claiming that he violated the Constitution. No, in fact, he actually honored our 3 co-equal branches of government. And when he was told to stop doing something by a district court, he stopped. Did he sometimes utilize the shadow docket that we call it when they make an emergency appeal to the Supreme Court in regards to districts placing nationwide injunctions? Yes, absolutely. But not on the level that we see it occurring from the Trump administration. That's a big thing, right? And then we see again, that's all Trump is doing. So we have to fix it from this president and going forward, because crying about something that happened 10 plus years ago is just ridiculous to make a point. And yeah, he was interrupting me the whole time, but I guess while I was in the middle of my sentence, that was okay. Real quick, guys, friendly reminder, TikTok. Let's get up all the way to 300,000 likes. So we're at 285. You guys have 8 minutes to do so, because we are cutting it off. We're not going to take any more callers in 8 minutes because Matt's got to get started for his show, right? So I expect you guys to tap the screen all the way up to 300,000 and more if you can. Follow if you're new on every single platform, and be sure again to follow Matt. I will read the super chats as soon as we are done with the flood of callers we're still getting. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. And yourself?
Doing well. How old are you?
I am 24, born in 2001.
Awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What's
I've been a
your
Trump
primary
supporter.
reason why you still support him right now? What's he done?
I think he's doing a damn good job. Just the way he's handling everything, and the way he ran the campaign.
I don't care about his campaign. What has he done since he's been back in office that's earned your continued support?
Well, for one, I mean, we could start with immigration. I think he's doing a damn good job with immigration.
What significant benefit?
Doing enough.
What significant benefit have the American people received under Trump's Trump's managing the immigration system that we haven't seen under any other president?
You worded that question really weird.
Sure, I'll restart it. It's because I had some mistakes. Hold on, I'll restate it. What significant benefit has the American people seen as a result of Donald Trump focusing on immigration that we haven't seen any under any other president?
Actually shutting down the border.
The border is not shut down, nor has it ever been open.
It hasn't.
I'm also going to laugh at the person in the chat that's like not understanding the question either. The border is not shut down. Again, that's not a significant benefit. Can you let's try this again. What is the significant benefit that the American people have experienced as a result of Donald Trump's immigration policy that we haven't seen under any other president?
That's a baited question, bro. Because you're asking it in a very biased way.
No, I'm not. I'm actually asking this in a very specific way.
You're not really letting me speak. Like, you're just like,
no, I'm asking this in a specific way. And okay, fine. Let me explain this to you. Okay. The reason why I'm asking you this way is because since ICE was incepted, right? Even before ICE existed as an organization of itself, we have always performed deportations. And he hung up. Okay. We have always performed deportations. So if you are saying that you support him because of immigration, then I want to know what significant benefit have the American people seen or felt specifically because of Donald Trump's current immigration policy that we haven't seen under any other presidency.
Not one.
It's like, that's, if that's your reason to still support him, then I want to know what's different. Explain it to me.
I have to laugh at the people in my chat on the tube saying that he restored free speech when there have literally been multiple First Amendment rulings
Thanks, K-Rock.
against him.
For
You guys
freedom
are
of speech.
funny. You guys are funny. Oh, you guys crack me up.
It's hilarious. Hi, caller. How are you? Hello, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 25.
And are you still supporting Trump?
No, never did. I just want to say, man, next time you guys have this, please don't bring Matt on. He's the most passive aggressive guy ever. The dude is literally agreeing with you guys.
Huh? Okay.
The dude that was like, I'm no longer a Trump supporter. You had him on just a second ago.
Oh,
And
that
then,
guy.
yeah, he was literally agreeing with you guys up until Matt started talking. And then he was just like, this is so insufferable, and he left. I think if you're going to do a good job of being like a call line where you're a
Okay,
Democrat.
liquidity. Okay, liquidity. No
I
problem.
don't care. Is
No
that
one
somebody you
cares.
know?
He's a fan.
He a fan. Honestly, like, I'm surprised I didn't get called passive aggressive.
It's so funny now that some of them that we don't want to take up on TikTok are resorting to calling on our lines.
On a whole different channel too. Guys, can we get the last little kitten kneading on TikTok gift? That'd be so cool.
Oh, come on, guys, do it. Do it.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? This has got to be like the hardest question right now. Hello, it's the liberal in your pocket. Okay, bye. All right. Oh. Hello.
Nigger.
They say that with like such like they're ashamed to say it themselves.
Just, of course.
They're just like, I had to work myself up to say it. And this is what happens when children are left unattended by their parents. We'll go ahead and read through the last few of these that were missed. That we didn't get a chance to get to. This was about the yelling guy. Caller has low IQ issues, so thick, so dumb. Caller needs to go wipe. And also, thank you, John Chazelle. I'm so sorry, I'm saying that wrong. TNR, SM Pepper Moon, Giants. Thank you guys for all the jewels. Andrew, and I always mess up your name, Eck. Thank you as well. You are doing good work. Thank you. I appreciate that for the $9.99. Maybe I should buy an Obama doll with a tan suit and ask him where in the doll did smart black man hurt him. I can't get away with that. I cannot get away with that. I've tried that once before, and somebody like took it. I can't get away with that.
If you're gonna do that, make sure that you include the mustard accessory, because you got to ask about the mustard as well. Yeah.
Oh God. Schmuck Fund, thank you, Bat. Thanks, Ari and Matt, as the arbiter of Gen X. We do not claim him. I agree. Thank you, Hensley. Why do MAGA always say because he was the better choice when the elections already happened, past tense happened? Are your talking points only related to what has happened in the past instead of what is happening today? Yes, that's all they got. DJT may be the most transparent president, and with see-through, we can see that is full of the smell of shit that walks the earth. Scott gets censored so much. He's saying that the president is literally see-through because, we see all of his bruises and stuff. Here is an option to fix your debt. Use the same model of inheritance tax, South Korea. Example, Samsung family heirs paid between 8 to 10 billion USD after the death of the former head of family. So we actually do have an estate tax. It's probably not that high as it could be. IMO, do all Americans feel the same way in the sense of the world? We all my shit. I cannot read your stuff. But all our coils are different size and smell. Be individuals. Yes, we'll be individuals. MAGA moving away from the far right always seems to blame both sides. Ooh, that's a good point. I forget about that. It's always them. This is probably the best one.
That is such a great point. That was a great point.
Making American giant assholes. Yeep. Do you have anything to read off?
Let me double check. I don't. Let me double check over here on the tube if I got any other ones that have come in. Thank you to Barnaby for the gift of the star. Oh no,
it died.
Oh no.
I wish its head would have fallen off, so I at least had the whole head. Instead, I got its eyes.
I blame that caller that we were talking to. Yeah. No, I will say, the last thing I will say is that I think that message was really spot on. That it's like the ones that are leaving, they need to say, "Oh, look at that."
I'm gonna I'm gonna try to keep this. I don't think so. No, not with how it's made.
Not so much. Oh.
No, it's. I'm so sad.
Oh.
Maybe I was thinking about it. Keep going. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna say I did really like that. I did really like that one because I do think, and I've seen it too, is like when they're like on their way out and they're like, well, I've regretted my vote, this, that, but it is kind of both sides. I do feel like that's the coping mechanism. That's like I need some sort of like validation some way. So I'm going to say, but it's not just me. It's not just me. It's not just it's both sides. I feel like that's what's happening.
It's so annoying when they say that. I get so tired of the both sides. I'm like, it's not, because they fight for different things. And the fact that no one can see that, or maybe they're refusing to see it, is just so weird. Hold on. Kiko, pass along a gift sub. I don't know how to pass along a gift sub to someone specifically, Kiko. Kiko, if you're in my Discord, please let me know. If I need a refund that too, I will. But please make a note if you're in my server. Brandy said, start yelling Jessica works for my grandchild.
You're awesome.
And so I'm going to